This 6-game homestand. Binghamton with a sweep of the doubleheader last night, so they are in position now to have already clinched the series. Phil's trying to at least salvage a second win in this series, and then they'll stay here, and they'll take on the Hartford Yard Goats beginning on Tuesday. The Plaza is now just opening up. First pitch is scheduled for 5:15 for this Sunday finale. Of course, the Phils on a Sunday afternoon will be the Reading Hot Dogs, and so there'll be plenty of them on the grill here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Alongside my broadcast partner, Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. Again, welcome to the pregame show. We'll talk a little bit about yesterday's doubleheader and look forward to the series against Hartford. Jake, obviously, his disappointment in yesterday's doubleheader. They had the walk-off win on Friday night. And I think what made it maybe a little bit more disappointing in yesterday's two losses, not just the two losses, but two games that they had the lead and just could not hold on to the lead and eventually lost in extra innings.
Yeah, there are games that certainly had its fair share of drama later on in the matchup, but no, I mean, game one, they're up 1-0 going into the ninth. Actually had a combined no-hitter effort going into the, I think I said seventh. I think I said ninth inning. I meant seventh inning. It's hard with these doubleheaders to keep track, but yeah, they had a lead in the seventh. They're up 1-0, and then Matt Seelinger pitched a really good sixth inning, struggled in the seventh, but got to give credit where credit is due. Griff McGarry was on point yesterday. Probably his best outing of the season, one of his best outings as a pro. I know he had a 13 strikeout game a couple of years ago in Jersey Shore, so we won't say yes, it was his best, but it was certainly one of his best. 5 no-hit innings, certainly continues to put his name on the map and responded well from some adversity after he struggled, his worst outing of the season, the outing before at New Hampshire. But then you look ahead to game 2, same thing. Offense did a pretty good job, up 5-1, and just same thing, just struggled late. David Parkinson came back out for the 6th inning, bases got loaded, brought in Adam Leverett, couldn't hold the lead. Other runs do get charged to Parkinson, who once again, got to give credit where credit is due, was really good through 5 innings, struggled though in that 6th inning, but you hope for a guy like Parkinson, your takeaway from that outing is, hey, I was really good through 5, let's build off that. Let's not think about what happened in the 6th, but yeah, both games went to extra innings. First time we've had 3 straight extra inning games since 2019. The Phils since 1992 have never played 4 straight extra inning games, so knock on wood.
Let's keep that record intact.
Let's keep it that way for today. But no, I mean, you've already dropped the series, so today just a chance to salvage game number 6 of this series, and you're back home next week. So if anything, you just need some momentum before Hartford comes into town, Bob.
I want to talk about 2 specific positives to take out of the 2 losses. You mentioned the one, and that's Griff McGarry. They rested him a little bit longer than normal. We mentioned this last night during the radio broadcast. He would have started by rotation turn either in Tuesday or Wednesday's series. Talked with Al Padrique, the manager for the Reading Phils, before the series, and the decision was made by the Phillies organization that they wanted to give him a couple of extra days rest. Again, Griff McGarry began the season on the disabled list with the oblique strain. They're working him back, building up his arm strength. And in his last start on the road, he got beat up a little bit, so they gave him an extra couple days of rest, and obviously it paid off. He was magnificent yesterday. The no-hitter through 5 innings, quite obviously, but he only walked 3. He was pretty economic in everything, not just in the terms of not giving up the hits, but in terms of his total effort. And unfortunately, it was that point we were wondering whether or not they would bring him out for the 6th because he had the no-hitter going, of course. But he was at 53 pitches, and the decision again is that they don't want to push him too far. They don't want a reoccurrence of any injury, so they opted to not bring him back out for the 6th, which was a bit disappointing, but you understand the whole situation. But you evaluate it not so much on whether or not Griff McGarry had a chance for a no-hitter. That's not what the organization's thinking about. They're thinking about the development of Griff McGarry, and that's the good thing, because he was really, really solid last night.
And he has himself in a really good spot, and if he continues to pitch this well, who knows how much longer he is. McGarry, who actually turned 24 years old just the other day, earlier this week. So, he's getting to a point where he's getting pretty far along the developmental curve, and the Phillies at some point are going to have a decision to make with what are they going to do with Griff McGarry, because, you got the trade deadline coming up, you got the draft coming up, so there's going to be a lot of decisions that have to be made, and I think one of the conversations that are going to be had is going to be about Griff McGarry and where he goes, because he was drafted out of college, played his ball at UVA, so he's definitely further along that curve than when you look at a guy like maybe like a Painter or Mick Abel. It's 2 guys that are still 20 and 21 years old respectively. So, yeah, we'll kind of see what the Phillies decide to do with him.
And then the second positive to take out of it for last night for me, not that he's been a disappointment anyway, but I thought he was really good with the bat in his hand last night, and that was Johan Rojas. I know you love the fact that he dropped the bunt down, got himself a bunt base hit. It ultimately helped set up an inning because Oliver Dunn followed it up with an RBI double. But he had a 2-run triple where he lined it down the right field line, and that's a bit of the development of Johan Rojas. We saw him at the beginning of this season. We did the exhibition game up in Jersey Shore, and he was just full out swinging for the fences. I know we're talking with Tyler Henson. That was something that they talked about immediately, to slow down that swing. Yes, you're in Double-A again this season, but that doesn't mean you're here to try to hit 30 home runs. You're here to try to develop as a hitter and increase and get better as a hitter. He has power, but it's not his power that's going to take him to the next level. It's his entire game, his ability to play defense in center field. It's his ability to get on base and make things happen. And in every aspect of the game, Johan Rojas is making things happen.
And he's red hot right now. He ranks 9th in the Eastern League, hitting .299. So far this week, he's hitting .429, and he is the true definition of a two-way, three-way player. And I mean, you talk about, I don't want to say five-tool player, but, not saying he has all 5 tools, but he can hit for contact. He's fast. He can field. He's a good fielder. The power, he's obviously not a power hitter, but he's a guy that can give you 15 home runs a year over an 162-game season. But no, I use the word two-way player a lot when looking at a guy like Johan Rojas, because offensively it looks like that part's really come around this year. He can steal bags. He's super quick, which expands the options for what you can do with him when he's at the plate. And then defensively, I'm going to say he's the best defensive center fielder in minor league baseball. 14 defensive runs saved as of earlier this week. That is double any other center field across the MILB. And as of, I think it was Wednesday this week, the leader in Major League Baseball, which is a group highlighted by Kevin Kiermaier, was 10. That's how good this guy's been. And you think back to the win Reading had on Friday night, the extra inning victory. That might not happen if Rojas doesn't track down a ball in left center field. And I would love to get the metrics on how far he ran, because it may have been close to 100 feet. Because, yes, he's fast, and fast guys have that speed that can bail them out. But he reads the ball well off the bat, too. He's not just good in the outfield because he's fast. He's good in the outfield because he's fast, but also has those natural instincts, Bob.
In addition to which, the development of his now throwing ability from the outfield as well. Al Padrique talked about that with us on the pregame show a couple of nights ago, how his arm strength and his arm accuracy is getting better. He's now thrown out a couple of runners. And then once you do that, then the reputation precedes you a little bit, and you will get the benefit of the doubt that people will not try to run on you because you've had that. So he's now added that to give him yet another tool in the tool chest for Johan Rojas. Again, in terms, as you said, going to get the ball in center field, there's nobody as good. There are some who believe he could do that in the major leagues right now. That's how good he is in his instincts and his ability to track balls in center field. So we're talking a little bit about the doubleheader last night. Again, the Phillies and the Ponies getting set to begin the final game of this series at 5:15. The gates are open. People are filing through. There's Ninja Turtles right beside us. You can come by and get your picture taken with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles if that's what you like to do. Players were wearing those Ninja Turtle jerseys last night. They were auctioning them off. And obviously a Mega Blast fireworks, all part of a great night here at the ballpark. Unfortunately, again, the wins and losses not happening. And now the Phils, after today, will turn the page and we'll begin it all over again on Tuesday. The Hartford Yard Goats will come to town. It's a team like Reading that's struggling a little bit. It'll be interesting to see how this series moving forward plays itself out with the Phils and Hartford beginning on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's the Yard Goats team, 24-31 on the season, entering today. 2-8 over their last 10, and they've dropped 3 in a row. So, I mean, it's the same conversation we had about Binghamton, a struggling team coming in here. The Rumble Ponies had lost 5 straight to Altoona coming into this week, but they've looked good on both sides of the ball. So, we'll see how Hartford adjusts. There's going to be a familiarity factor at play, too, with both pitching staffs, really, because most of the starters on both sides that were here for that home opening week back in April are pretty much still here. Obviously, Griff McGarry, Victor Vargas, both a few new guys, but most of the starters are still here for Hartford. So, there'll be a sense of familiarity there, which we'll see, whether that's a good or bad thing. But, no, it should be a good week. It's the last home last home series of the first half. So, a lot to be excited about.
Yeah, once the calendar gets to the end of June, and then into July, all of this will be a bit of a reboot. The Phils will start out at 0-0, and we foresee that there will probably be some changes that will come in terms of the evolution of players. It's just part of the game and part of minor league baseball. We'll see how that all shakes out for the team here in Reading. But again, they'll start the last series in June, the series right before the 4th of July, and the Phils will host Richmond, and they'll start that series off at 0-0, and we'll see how the Phils begin to play in the second half. The last piece of the puzzle, you mentioned about familiarity. The Phils will have some familiarity today in terms of the pitching matchup. Josh Hendrickson, who's pitched really well for the Phils, his last 2 outings will go for Reading, and for the Rumble Ponies this afternoon to be Junior Santos, who started the first game of the series. He actually got the win, but the Phils were able to put 5 runs up against him. Always interesting to me to see when you get a chance to face the same pitcher in a series, which Reading will do today, how much better, how much more acclimated they are to him. They certainly know what he does and how he pitches, and so we'll see if that helps Reading's cause that much more, try to get to him early.
Like you said, Santos got the win with 5 strong innings of work on Tuesday. But once again, wins, losses, I think, is one of the most useless stats to judge a pitcher off of in this day and age. But yeah, 5 innings, gave up 9 hits, 5 earned runs. So they got to him. So the question becomes, does the familiarity help the Fightins, or does Santos adjust based off of kind of what he did last time out? So that's going to be the big question that we'll probably get answered here pretty soon.
We will indeed see it. We'll take a timeout now on the Reading Fightin' Phils radio network. When we come back, it'll be starting lineups and first pitch of the Phils and the Rumble Ponies for Game 6 of this series right after this.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider of the Phils. International Fireworks shoots every fireworks show throughout the season, including 8 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a nearby retail store in Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksareus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the Phils.
Star City Boxing, located at 4760 Schuylkill Avenue in Reading, is a 501c3 non-profit boxing gym unlike any other. Our goal is not only to help you be fit, but to be the best outlet for our youth and community. We welcome anyone who wants to improve their way of life, be fit, and box competitively or non-competitively. We work with you to reach your goals in and out of the gym. Stop in and meet our stars today. Check us out and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for upcoming events and happenings. And visit our website today at starcityboxing.org for more information on how to join, volunteer with our youth, or support our efforts in the community. Star City Boxing is a proud continued 2023 Phils Fiesta Friday partner.
The Penn State Health St. Joseph's 67 Club is the original hospitality area at FirstEnergy Stadium. Conveniently located along the third base side, the 67 Club gives you a front row seat to all the action at the hot corner. The area is safely protected from line drives with a large see-through net. Starting at $34, groups of 20 or more can enjoy a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet. Children 4 and under are free. Visit rphils.com or call us at 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to FirstEnergy Stadium. Game 6 of the homestand for the Phillies against the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. The Ponies have won 4 of the first 5. The Phillies trying to at least get a second game in this series, as they are now 21-34 overall in the season. Binghamton, after the doubleheader sweep last night, is now at 27-28. Good afternoon, alongside my broadcast partner Jake Starr. My name is Bob McCool, and we are set to give you the Golden Oaks Landscaping starting lineup for the Rumble Ponies in what for them is a getaway game. Matt Rudick back in the leadoff spot as he has been throughout this series. He's in left field tonight. Rowdy Jordan at second base, and he's batting second. Luke Ritter is the DH today for the Ponies and batting third. Jose Peroza, who put a major damage on the Phils last night in Game 2, is back in the cleanup spot and playing third base. Brandon McElwain is batting fifth, and at center field, Augustin Ruiz batting sixth in the right field. Joe Swazi bats seventh, and at first base, Matt O'Neill behind the plate today and batting eighth, and Wyatt Young again in the 9-hole and playing shortstop. And they will be facing left-handed pitcher for the Phils, Josh Hendrickson.
Hendrickson, 10th start of the year. He's 1-4 with a 4.83 ERA, 41 innings pitched, 50 hits allowed, 13 walks, 32 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .298 against him. But you take a look at his last 2 outings, 10 and a third, 11 hits, just 2 earned runs, 10 strikeouts, and a walk. That included his last home start, which was 5 shutout innings, allowing just 3 hits and 7 strikeouts in a 3-0 win over Harrisburg, the R-Phils lone shutout of the year. And you know the R-Phils, who have dropped 4 or 5 this week, would love a clean outing from Hendrickson and a chance at a win this afternoon turned evening.
The defense behind him, Ethan Wilson is in left field, Johan Rojas in center, Carlos de la Cruz is in right field in this afternoon's game. McCarthy Tatum at first, Oliver Dunn is at second, Madison Stokes at short, Matthew Kroon is at third, Cody Roberts gets the start behind the plate. And again, Matt Rudick will lead it off. Rudick, one of 3 lefties in the lineup for the Rumble Ponies this afternoon, facing the left-handed pitching Hendrickson. And we are underway, and the first pitch is up high for a ball from Hendrickson. 25-year-old, native of Perth, Australia. 1-0 pitch is an off-speed pitch that Rudick is out in front of, and a swing and a miss, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Comes with another curveball, but this one misses outside. Our EPAW Weather Consulting game time temperature is 84 degrees. Wind at about 5 to 7 miles an hour as Rudick calls timeout. EPAW Weather Consulting for the source for public and private forecasts in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, and northern and eastern Maryland. 2 balls and a strike to Matt Rudick. Hendrickson delivers the pitch. And this one is a breaking ball that's over again for a called strike, and now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Rudick steps out of the box. The pitch clock, you don't have that luxury very often. This one fouled straight back as he stays alive.
And can't use a stall tactic unless you call time, unlike Phillies pitcher Aaron Nola yesterday, who was
tried a new venture in a stall tactic.
Trying to exchange for baseballs. The ump said, look, you can exchange it all you want, but the clock's not going to reset for you.
Got Rob Thompson, the manager for the Phils, ejected yesterday. He was all kinds of shades of red in that argument. 2-2 pitch, another curveball. It just misses up and in. Cody Roberts thought it was there for a strike, and now the count is full. Rudick at 304 on the season. He's got 11 doubles. He got pop, too. He's got 9 home runs and 31 RBIs out of that leadoff spot. 3-2 pitch. Slow ball 4. So good at bat by Matt Rudick. Made Hendrickson throw a lot of pitches and eventually works the walk.
Yeah, no, it was a really good at bat by Rudick, and sure there's one pitch Hendrickson's going to want back. It was that 2-2 breaking ball. Just miss it ever so slightly inside. If he could have moved that over an inch closer to the plate, it's a perfect spot on the inside corner for a called strike 3.
Rudick a decent lead. He's got wheels, 11 to 12 in the stolen base category. He's actually moving back towards the bag as Hendrickson comes with his first pitch to Rowdy Jordan. Jordan, a switch hitter, batting rights against the left-handed pitching Hendrickson. First pitch to him is over for a called strike 1. This one hit towards third on a hop.
Throw it from Kroon to second for one. The relay is not in time. McCarthy Tatum trying to hold on to the bag, but I think Jordan just had it beat, and it didn't matter whether he held the bag or not, so he is safe at first. And so the fielder's choice, Rudick is retired at first base. One down, and a man at first base now in Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, not really much you can do there if you're Matthew Kroon at third base. Didn't come off the bat particularly hard, just 55 off the bat. And it was kind of at one of those in-between hops, so Kroon had to sit back on it. Still, but look, you got the lead runner. That's what's most important.
So that will bring up Luke Ritter. Ritter at 25 on the season. He's got 11 home runs, 25 RBIs. He's hit a couple home runs in this series. First pitch to him is over for a called strike. Second one is pop foul and out of play. He has been the very embodiment of a feast or famine kind of series. He's 6 for 20 in the series with 8 RBIs. So 6 for 20, he's made out 14 times, and of those 14 outs, 12 of them have been strikeouts. 0-2 pitch coming. This one's in the dirt. Good block by Roberts, and Jordan cannot advance. Jordan has stolen 6 bases in 7 attempts so far on the season. Doesn't look like he has ambitions of trying to pick one up here against Hendrickson. 1-2 pitch. Just a bit high. Now it's 2-2.
Yeah, you look at Jordan on first base. When Hendrickson lifts his leg, it's that slight twitch back towards the bag. So still hasn't really picked up any sort of move on Hendrickson yet.
This one lifted into center field. Johan Rojas going back. It's back in the wind and up and off the Redner's Event Center. Luke Ritter, as I said, a feast or famine kind of series, and there's the feast, the 2-run home run, and the Ponies jump out on top in the top of the first inning.
Yeah, it's a fastball that was up and in, and Ritter an excellent job keeping the hands inside, getting a barrel on it, and crushing it. 368 feet, 101 off the bat. Hit off the top of the event center.
12th of the season for Ritter. RBIs number 26 and 27. And again, the Ponies jump out on top in this series as Jose Peroza now will bat. He's at his average up over 300 after a big night yesterday. And the first pitch to him is up high for a ball. 301 on the batting average, 8 home runs, team high of 32 RBIs. He had 4 of those RBIs yesterday in game 2. 1-0 pitch. Outside for a ball. It's 2-0. Rosa with a single, a double, and a home run in the path to those 4 RBIs last night. Now he'll call time ahead in the count 2-0. Doing a little maintenance work in the batter's box. Wind is, as I said, about 5 to 7 miles an hour, but it's blowing out. This one hit in the hole towards third. Kroon ranges to his left, and he'll make the throw in plenty of time for out number 2 here in the first.
One area of the Phils that's really played well recently has been the defense. 4 straight games without an error for the Fightin Phils. Currently sit with a .979 fielding percentage, which is tied for second in the Eastern League. If you remember early part of the season, defense was a struggle point for this team, but since then it's really improved.
That'll bring up Brandon McElwain. McElwain takes one in the dirt, rolls all the way to the backstop. Yeah, Al Padrique, in our pregame conversation earlier in the series, he pointed that out. That was kind of one of his effects of pride. He's really happy with the way this team has progressed defensively, and for a good reason why, because he spends a ton of time with them. We've called him the Fungo King. He is really good at hitting fungos to these guys, and they spend a lot of time on it. He's very happy with the progress they've made defensively. And it's not always easy because at this level, and especially just the way the game is, guys are playing different positions in a lot of cases. So it's sometimes not so easy to be as efficient defensively. We're not playing the same position all the time. As McElwain fouls one out of play, and now his count is 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Reading so far this year, 31 games, they have not committed an error, 24 games with an error. And look, if you can be over half your games error-free, you're going to give yourselves a really good chance to win every single night. In games where Reading commits an error this year, they're 7-17, 14-17 when they're errorless.
2-2 pitch is way up high. It's 3-2. It's a lot of pitches in this first inning for Hendrickson. 22 now. The count is full to McElwain. McElwain 4 for 19 in this series. This one fouled out of play down the first baseline. Tatum will give it a chase, but he'll run out of room. Phil's playing as the Reading Hot Dogs, as they do on the Sunday home games. Family fun day here at the ballpark. Presented by Burke's Packing, maker of Burke's Hot Dogs, and so, whatever, Reading Hot Dogs. 3-2 pitch. Right back through the middle, another base hit for the Ponies. McElwain now a 2-out base runner.
Yeah, stung off the bat, 99. That's a fastball that was center cut from Hendrickson, and McElwain keeps his head down and slingshots it right back towards the middle. And still got 2 outs. See if Hendrickson can work his way out of this one.
Augustin Ruiz now will bat. Ruiz had the second game of the doubleheader off last night, just 2 for 16 in this series, but he's got great pop. Hendrickson will make the move over to keep McElwain's close. Ruiz at just 197 on the season, but 7 home runs and 21 RBIs. This one driven into right field, but Carlos De La Cruz hasn't played perfectly, and that'll do it for the Ponies here in the first. However, a couple of runs across on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 man left. The Phils will bat for the first time when we come back to FirstEnergy Stadium.
Gear up for Fightin' Phil's season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phil's team store at FirstEnergy Stadium or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phil's hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selections of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading Hot Dogs gear, plus throwback, black, R-Train, R-Phils attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Fans, nothing beats a great day at Golden Oaks Golf Club. Located just minutes from Reading, Golden Oaks is a beautiful, award-winning golf course open to the public with perfect greens, lush fairways, and a course playing for 5 sets of tees. Bogey's Pub is open to the public with the area's best full-course menu, featuring indoor and outdoor seating and TVs to watch your favorite sports teams. Let the Golden Oaks Golf Club team cater to your need. Lunch, dinner, golf outings, parties, company events, and fundraisers. Visit our website at GoldenOaksGolfClub.com and follow Golden Oaks Golf Club and Bogey's Pub on Facebook. Golden Oaks Golf Club, where great memories are.
Here is the Golden Oaks Landscaping starting lineup for the Fightin' Phils to this afternoon. Madison Stokes is leading off. Carlos De La Cruz bats second. Johan Rojas is third. Oliver Dunn in the cleanup spot. Matthew Kroon bats fifth. Ethan Wilson bats sixth. Nick Podkull is seventh. McCarthy Tatum is batting eighth. And Cody Roberts is batting ninth. And they are facing right-handed pitcher for the Ponies, Junior Santos.
Santos started Tuesday against Reading. 6 innings, 9 hits, 5 earned, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Did get the win, but as we said, Reading definitely got to him on Tuesday night.
0-1 pitch, tapped towards third, slow roller. Perosa has to wait for it, but the throw in time to get Madison Stokes at first base for out number 1.
On the season, it's start number 11. He's 3-4 with a 6.18 ERA over 51 innings. Has allowed 64 hits, 22 walks, 33 strikeouts. Signed of the Mets back in 2018 at 16 years old out of the Dominican Republic. Spent all last year at High A Brooklyn, where he was 8-3 with a 4.47 ERA over 26 games and 23 starts.
Carlos De La Cruz now faces him, and the first pitch is over for a called strike. So you have the 6'7" Carlos De La Cruz at the plate, the 6'7", 244-pound Junior Santos on the mound. The 0-1 pitch. Up and in for a ball.
It's power versus power. Santos, a guy that can sits mid-90s but can get up to the upper 90s. Fastball usually between 94 and 96. And De La Cruz, who we know what he can do.
Swings and misses at the off-speed pitch in this one. Now he's behind 1-2. Carlos at 288 on the season. 11 doubles along with a team-high 11 home runs. And tied for team-high in RBIs with 30. 1-2 pitch. Beats that foul off his foot. Carlos is due. Hasn't gone deep in this series.
Last time Carlos went deep was June the 4th, so a week ago today.
Taps this one down to third base line and foul. Al Padrique manning the third base coaching box as usual. The manager for the Phils, Ray Ricker, in the first base box for Reading. Carlos De La Cruz steps in at 1-2 strikes. Carlos at 8 for 22 in the series. Swing and a miss at the off-speed pitch. Can't catch up, and De La Cruz is retired on the strikeout.
And nice off-speed pitch there from Junior Santos. Wins the battle against De La Cruz. And it's the red-hot Rojas. Was 0 for 4 in Game 1 yesterday, but responded with a 3-hit performance, which included a big, at the time, 2-run triple. So we'll see if Rojas can keep that up.
That takes us to our Phils team leader, brought to you by Cross Country Mortgage Loan Officer Johan Arias with his 3 hits last night. Johan Rojas, team high, now up to 66 hits on the season. And first pitch swinging, he lifts this one into shallow center field. Brandon McElwain will catch it, squeeze it, and a quiet first inning for the Phils. 1 in the book at America's Classic Ballpark. It's 2-0. Binghamton on top. We'll get back after this.
Empowering communities one relationship at a time is our commitment at Tompkins. Our customers have thrived thanks to our focus on local lending and their commitment to the customers they serve.
They do a great job. Everything for us, from our banking, our insurance, to our wealth management.
Tompkins has always been there for us.
We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
Tompkins, banking, insurance, wealth. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Investment and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not bank guaranteed, and may lose value.
Our Phils fans can continue to expect great performances all season long on the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage. It's the home of great local talent, including the Our Phils mascot band. Burke's Commercial Roofing prides itself on being a locally owned and operated company that puts an emphasis on customer service. They provide free on-site estimates and can handle any size repair, restoration, or replacement. Visit burkscommercialroofing.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information. And don't forget to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show at the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage at America's Classic Ballpark.
Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Burke's Packing provides America's Classic Ballpark with quality products, including the highly acclaimed flat-top grilled hot dog. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Josh Hendrickson will face Joe Swazi, Matt O'Neill, and Wyatt Young, 7, 8, and 9 for the Rumble Ponies as they come to the plate with a 2-0 lead here in the top half of the second inning. Alongside Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCoy. Listen to Reading Fightin Phils baseball on the Reading Phils Radio Network, and hope you can watch as well on MILB TV. The first pitch from Josh Hendrickson to Swazi is low and inside for a ball. Swazi, a Boston College product, lines this one into right field, and it'll be another base hit for Binghamton. Their their third hit, and a leadoff base runner in Swazi.
Yeah, Swazi just takes a fastball and flicks it the other way in the right field for a base hit. Got to De La Cruz quickly. I don't know if De La Cruz had any faults, maybe trying to throw back to first base, but that was not the case. And see if Henderson can try and roll a ground ball up here.
So here's Matt O'Neill behind the plate today for Binghamton. The first pitch to him is over for a called strike. I mentioned that Brandon McElwain, who's from Newtown, Pennsylvania, a bit of a homecoming. It's kind of a homecoming as well for Matt O'Neill. He's from Morristown, New Jersey. He played his college baseball at the University of Penn. No balls and a strike to him. This one is inside. It's 1-1. He was an all-Ivy League first teamer as a senior. Drafted by the Mets in the 20th round in 2019. Led the Ivy League in hitting as a senior at .405. Fouls this one out of play. 1-1 strike to O'Neill. He's hitting just .183 at this stage of the season.
And who actually just had a nice run in the college baseball tournament. Beat Auburn its first game, made it to the regional championship before falling to Southern Miss.
1 ball and 2 strikes to him. This one lifted into right field. De La Cruz and Rojas are there, and Rojas will take charge. He'll make the catch. Swazi will tag, but he has no intentions of moving up. Matt O'Neill is retired for out number 1.
And Rojas ran a good distance to get that, too. It's a routine play, but, you know, when Rojas says he's got it, center fielder, captain of the outfield, and also the guy who can cover the most ground out there, you know he's going to get it.
So that will bring up Wyatt Young. Young, who's batted in the number 9 hole and played shortstop in all 6 games in this series. Hits one almost to the exact same spot. And Rojas again will take charge of this one and make the catch for out number 2.
Yeah, Rojas goes off De La Cruz. De La Cruz and ducks, throws his arms up in the air, and then circled back, tosses his glove up very playfully. You know, the two of those guys, I'm sure, have a lot of fun out there.
I would love to be a fly on the wall, if you will, in right center field with those two out there. They talk and they jaw with one another all the time. So I can imagine what's going on when there's a fly ball between the two of them. They've caught them both. Rojas has caught them both, and now Matt Rudick, who got that first inning started for Binghamton with a walk, will bat for the second time here in the second inning. Hendrickson starts in with a curveball that's over for a called strike 1.
And look, who knows where De La Cruz eventually pans out long term, but 33 games at first, 3 in right, 2 in center, 6 in left. So he's certainly showing his versatility this season.
0-1 pitch to Rudick. Tries to get him to chase the curveball outside this time. Rudick lays off.
The thing always been, if you can hit, teams are going to find a spot for you, whether that's throw a guy in a corner outfield spot, put him at first base.
1-1 pitch. Again with the curveball. Again, it misses outside. Absolutely. And De La Cruz has shown enough power, and with his size, that certainly teams will be interested to see. It would depend on what organization he's ultimately with. If it's the Phillies or another organization, what might be the right position for him. Here's one line into center, and Johan Rojas will take care of all 3 outs in the second inning for Binghamton. They did have a hit, and they left that man on base. To the bottom of the second we head when we come back to America's Classic Ballpark. Remains 2-0 Binghamton on top.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Star City Boxing, located at 4760 Schuylkill Avenue in Reading, is a 501c3 non-profit boxing gym unlike any other. Our goal is not only to help you be fit, but to be the best outlet for our youth and community. We welcome anyone who wants to improve their way of life, be fit, and box competitively or non-competitively. We work with you to reach your goals in and out of the gym. Stop in and meet our stars today. Check us out and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for upcoming events and happenings. And visit our website today at starcityboxing.org for more information on how to join, volunteer with our youth, or support our efforts in the community. Star City Boxing is a proud continued 2023 Our Phil's Fiesta Friday partner.
The Reading Fightin Phillies are proud to partner with Berks County Mental Health and Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and suicide prevention with 3 simple words. Are you okay? The help is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide hurts and affects.
The crazy hot dog vendor are entertaining the troops as the Reading Hot Dogs now will come to the plate here in the bottom of the second. Oliver Dunn will lead it off for the Phils, who trail 2-0. Facing Junior Santos. First pitch to Dunn was a ball. Santos loads right back up, comes in with the 1-0 pitch. Now it's 2-0. Cornwall Manor, an active senior living not-for-profit community in scenic Cornwall, Pennsylvania, outside of Lebanon. Presenting our second inning of action here for the Phils. Oliver Dunn 5 for 18 in this series and fouls this one straight back. Oliver 265 on the season. Tied now with Carlos De La Cruz and the top of the RBI column with 30. Driving in a couple of runs in last night's doubleheader. Swing and a miss at this one, can't catch up, and he is a strikeout victim here to start off the second.
Yeah, up and in comes Junior Santos, which has become a spot that a lot of pitchers have tended to attack Oliver Dunn at, and he swings under it, brings Matthew Kroon to the plate.
Kroon at 306, that's a team high in the batting average column. 3 home runs, 26 RBIs. Matthew with 8 hits so far in this series, and hits this one hard. Perosa with a backhanded stop has to spin and make the throw, and dug out nicely by Swazi as Perosa and Swazi tag up. Take a hit away from Matthew Kroon. 2 down here in the second.
Yeah, what can you do about that if you're Matthew Kroon? 103 off the bat. Just an excellent play by Perosa, and then Swazi on the other end. Nice job digging it up at first.
So Ethan Wilson now will bat. Wilson at 258 on the season. Just 3 hits so far in this series. One of them a 3-run home run. And he'll foul this one straight back. Santos throwing strikes. Throwing just 15 pitches so far. He's got 2 outs here in the second. Swing and a miss at this high fastball at 97 on the gun. Jake said he pitched on Tuesday. Phil's got 9 hits off him at 5 runs. But he ended up getting the win. This one's outside. That was the game that ultimately, the guy who got the loss in that game was Jose Alvarado in his rehab assignment from the Phillies. Big Phils did win today, their getaway game. Headed to Arizona now after taking 2 out of 3 at home against the Dodgers. 0-2 pitch to Ethan Wilson. That's through on the right side, and the Phils get their first base hit. Ethan Wilson with a 2-out single.
Yeah, good knock by Ethan Wilson. Drives a fastball down the chute on the ground to right field. But yeah, Phillies 2 of 3 from the Dodgers. That's got to feel good. They've won 7 of 8, almost back to 500. I mean, look, it was around this time last year, obviously after Girardi got fired, where the Phillies started to flip a switch and turn things around. You know, it looks like now could be the time, and, you know, it took some time. Harper came back late, too, for this lineup to truly mesh. Schwarber back in the leadoff spot after Thompson kind of tinkered with that a little bit.
That brings out Nick Podko. It's also June for Schwarber, too.
That, too.
Just a whole other level of excitement. He's already got 4 home runs in the month of June. So the Phils will go to Arizona for 4 and then to Oakland for 3. Reading Fightin' Phils will be right back here on Tuesday. They'll begin a 6-game homestand against Hartford on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Nick Podko bats with a no balls and 1 strike count to him. Wilson takes off. Pitch is a ball, and the throw from Matt O'Neill is high. He's easy stolen base for Ethan Wilson. He's now in scoring position with 2 down.
Second straight day of a stolen base for Wilson. 4 for 5 on the season thus far. And kind of the same thing. Looks like he got a read off the pitcher that enabled him to have a good jump. O'Neill also not the best throws in the road, a bit high. So got a guy in scoring position. Like the aggressiveness early.
Podko with 20 RBIs on the season. Now has a 1 ball and 1 strike count on it. Santos takes a look back at Wilson at second, comes to the plate, misses outside. It's 2-1. Mentioned this last night with Mike Vassell. He was a big pitcher, and the Phils seemed to sense that they could steal on him, that he was a little slow to the plate. Well, Santos is even bigger at 6'7", 245. 2-1 pitch. He's over at the letters. It's 2-2. Santos, the number 17 prospect in the New York Mets organization. He's only 21 years of age. Comes with his 2-2 pitch. Slap back through the middle, ranging far behind the bag. Rowdy Jordan stops it, and then the wheels come out from underneath him. So Podkill safe at first, but Jordan may have saved a run at this point in time. If that gets into the outfield, Wilson may have scored. He has to stop at third.
Yeah, it's going to be a base hit for Nick Podkill most likely. Second hit of the inning, end of the day for the Phils. Wilson, you said at third. Still 2 outs, so need to get another knock here. Be a great spot for McCarthy Tatum to do just that.
Tatum 3 for 11 on the series at 252 overall on the year. First and third, 2 down. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it away. It's great range by Rowdy Jordan. He was literally on the grass in the outfield when he had the ball and tried to plant and throw and just spun his wheels. I don't know if he would have gotten Podkill anyhow. but it certainly kept and took away the opportunity for Wilson to maybe score. So Tatum takes one inside here, almost hit him. And now it's 1 ball and 1 strike. McCarthy, Tatum, and Max McDowell have been in a battle that nobody wants to win, and that's most hit by pitches for the Phils on the year.
McDowell now in double digits with 10. Tatum's got 9.
1-1 count, swing and a miss, strike 2. And Ethan Wilson took off. Wilson, I think, lost sight of the count, and now he's thrown out at third. Ethan Wilson broke for the plate, and they got him in a rundown, and they threw him out. The Phils are retired here in the second. No runs, a couple hits, 1 man left, 2 complete. Binghamton 2, Reading nothing.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
The Fightin Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, J.P. Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's J.P. Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi, and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
Established in 1928, the Manor Golf Club is one of the oldest public courses in eastern Pennsylvania, located conveniently between Philadelphia, Lancaster, and Allentown and Sinking Spring. The Manor Golf Club offers a true test golf on a traditional championship-style golf course with shot making taking precedence over length. Visit themanorgolfclub.com for more information. Rowdy Jordan leads off for the Ponies here in the second. He drives this one into center field, and Johan Rojas has now made 4 consecutive outs in the outfield, all 3 in the second, and 1 to start here in the third.
Yeah, ball was hit hard, but low enough and hung up for Johan Rojas to make a play. Like you said, looking down at the book, 3 straight F8s written down. So
4 straight.
4 straight, yeah, sorry. 4 straight, 3 straight last inning.
This brings up the man who's the difference on the scoreboard right now, Luke Ritter, with a 2-run home run off the Redner's Event Center in inning number 1. They give the Ponies their 2-0 lead. First pitch from Hendrickson is up high for a ball and misses a second straight pitch. Since that home run, Hendrickson has surrendered a couple hits, but fly ball outs. 2-0 pitch, fouled straight back. It's going to be a souvenir once it comes to a stop because nobody's catching that one on the fly. So now it's 2-1 to Ritter. Drives this one into left center field and turn and say goodbye to another one. Luke Ritter hits it off the base of the light pole in left center field. 2 for 2 with 2 home runs, and it's 3-0.
Yeah, Luke Ritter, his second home run of the game. He now has 8 home runs in his last 12 games, 13 on the season. Had 4 at Altoona last week, now 4 at Reading this week. I don't think he wants to go home. What a road trip for Luke Ritter.
Yeah, for a while, again, he came into this series blistering hot and then continued it that way right up through the first 3 games. And then he started to go on a strikeout run. And then he picked it back up last night. He ended the no-hitter for Griff McGarry, got the rally started in game 1, got a big RBI hit in game 2, and he's deposited 2 into the souvenir category here in this game. So he's got all 3 runs driven in for the Ponies. And now Jose Peroza bats, and Hendrickson in a 1-ball, 1-strike count to him. Peroza Perosa grounded out to third his first time up. He'll drive one into right center field. De La Cruz goes back, looks up, and that one is up off the wall. I believe it hit off the wall. Perosa will roll into second. Has to clear up onto the balcony of the Redner's Event Center, and I believe it hit the top of the wall underneath that railing.
Yeah, first base
I
umpire.
think Mariana Duncan is going to argue the case that that ball was over the railing.
First base umpire Ethan Gorsak said safe. Now Duncan's asking. Gorsak giving an explanation, as obviously they disagree. We'll see if the three umps meet, and now they will.
Yep.
Which, I mean, Gorsak had the best view.
Again, there is a yellow line that now runs on that railing above the lower, about midway up the Redner's Event Center. And eventually that will be a balcony that people can sit out on once the Redner's Event Center is completed next season. And so there is a yellow line that has a railing there, and the question is whether it went over that railing or hit underneath that railing.
Al Padrique on the top step of the dugout, eagerly awaiting the ruling here by the umpires, and they break it up, and they'll stay at second base.
So Perosa stays at second with a double. One out in the inning, and that'll bring up Brandon McElwain. And in case you're wondering, it is the former Phil Mariano Duncan that is running the show for Binghamton this week. He's normally their bench coach. Reed Brignac, who is their manager, not with the team this week. So Mariano Duncan running the show. Been in the third base coaching box all week. So Brandon McElwain now with a man on second base and one out in the inning. Big swing, can't catch up to the off-speed pitch. So Hendrickson gets ahead. And Hendrickson's going to be that guy. He's going to give up some long balls. He's not a hard thrower by any stretch of the imagination. Matter of trying to keep batters off balance. Comes to the fastball here that McElwain fouls out of play.
Nice catch by a fan. Caught it right in the palm of his glove.
So now it's no balls and 2 strikes to McElwain, and he'll call time. Mentioned that McElwain is a local product from Newtown, Pennsylvania. Standing football and baseball player at Council Rock North High School. No balls and 2 strikes to him. Beats this one foul and out of play. Showing a pretty good defensive glove in center field as well has McElwain. Made an outstanding running catch in the first game of this series. Fouls another one. So McElwain staying alive. Perosa the runner at second base after the double. A run in and one out. Curveball is lifted into shallow center field. Oliver Dunn, the second baseman, will range out, make the over-the-shoulder catch. We're out number 2 here in the third.
Good play by Dunn, and he's actually shown this year that those over-the-shoulder catches as he kind of goes diagonal out from second base towards center, kind of over that left shoulder. I don't know if it's something he's practiced, but as a second baseman, I feel like he's one of the better ones at making that catch, where a lot of times, just whether a second baseman gives up on it or doesn't have the closing speed, those are usually hits, but Dunn cuts those off pretty well.
That'll bring up Augustin Ruiz. The first pitch to him, the lefty takes the curveball for a strike. Phil's play the left-handed hitting Ruiz as a pull hitter. Flew out to right field his first time up, drives this one into center field. Rojas charging, and he won't get there. It will fall in front, and Perosa will come around and score. So a bit of a Texas leaguer for Augustin Ruiz, but he'll take it. It's an RBI. It's 4-0.
Yeah, it's just one that kind of hung up there for a while, and Rojas and De La Cruz both had Ruiz played pretty deep, so neither guy, even with their best efforts, could have gotten to it, and it drops in front of Rojas. And the thing that's unfortunate is there were 2 outs, so the runner in Perosa was already off. There's 1 or no outs. Perosa probably only can go about halfway.
Sixth hit of the game for the Ponies, who lead it 4-0 now as Joe Swazi bats. He's got one of those 6 hits. The single to right field his first time up. Lead off the second inning. This one driven into center field, and that's falling fast, and that's going to be another base hit. 2 on now and 2 out. Wait to see if there's any stirring in the Phil's dugout as Hendrickson has himself in yet another jam with 2 outs here in the third.
Sounded like it may have been a broken bat, too.
It did sound that way to me, too. I thought the same thing.
This looks like Brad Bergeson's going to take a trip out to the mound to talk to Hendrickson, try and settle him down here.
Jake said at the beginning of the broadcast that Hendrickson has been really good in his last 2 starts. Here a couple weeks ago against Harrisburg, and then on the road against New Hampshire. Combined 10 innings, 2 runs, 10 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Well, it hasn't been the walks as much as it's been the hits. Binghamton has come out swinging the bats today, and a couple of long balls off the bat of Luke Ritter. And now a double and a couple of singles has made it a 4-0 game. And now we'll start to get some stirring anyhow in the Reading dugout. Nobody has begun to throw as of yet.
Yeah, Andrew Schultz has gotten up and started to just do some stretching. Has the armbands out, so getting loose out there. So obviously hoping to get Hendrickson through this inning, and then from there we'll kind of see what Al Padrique and Brad Bergeson decide. 53 pitches already for Hendrickson through 2 2/3.
That'll bring up Matt O'Neill. He flew out to center field his first time up and takes the first pitch over for a called strike 1. Just misses a bit low. Now 1-1 and 1 strike. Augustin Ruiz, the RBI single, is at second base now. Joe Swazi with his second hit of the game is at first. Hendrickson's 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and O'Neill cannot time it up. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sun splashed sky here at America's Classic Ballpark. Another good crowd on hand for a Sunday afternoon. Fans get to run the bases after this one is over. Swing and a miss, and that will do it for Binghamton here in the third, but more damage by the Ponies. They put 2 more runs across. They do it with 4 more hits, and they leave 2 men on base to the bottom of the third. When we come back to FirstEnergy Stadium, it's now Binghamton 4, Reading nothing.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Humane Pennsylvania is an innovative national leader in animal welfare with adoption centers, accredited nonprofit veterinarian hospitals, emergency animal rescue services, community pet assistance programs, and a free community dog park. At HPA, we are passionate about going the extra base to keep your pets healthy and happy at home with you. With a variety of services and different ways and times to access them and variable pricing, Humane Pennsylvania is here to provide your pets with exceptional care, how, when, and where they need it. Visit humanepa.org for more information.
The Enersys Power Alley Pub features a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet, private bar with bartender, 2 rows of seats, bar stool seating, and 4 cafe tables. The pub provides your party a private area to enjoy the ball game away from other fans. The Enersys Power Alley Pub may accommodate groups of 40 to 60 people. Enjoy socializing with your group and watch the game with a unique vantage point.
Have you or a loved one been injured? Get justice. Call Swartz Culleton today, 1-800-JUSTICE. Phil's trying to impose some justice on the Binghamton Ponies, who have taken 4 of 5 in this series, and they lead 4-0 as Reading comes to the plate here in the bottom half of the third inning. 8-9 and 1 due up for the Phils. McCarthy Tatum, Cody Roberts, and Madison Stokes facing Junior Santos, who's given up just 2 hits. It was the last 2 batters he faced. McCarthy Tatum was actually at the plate at the end of that last inning. First pitch to Tatum is over for a called strike. Second one is fouled straight back. Into that last inning, the Phils had first and third and 2 outs. And on the pitch to the plate to McCarthy Tatum, Ethan Wilson broke towards the plate. Catcher Matt O'Neill ultimately threw back and threw him out as Tatum hits a high chopper to Perosa. Long throw, and in time, Perosa has been challenged a couple of times so far in this one, and he's been equal to each and every one. 1 out here in the third. So again, I don't know exactly what Ethan Wilson saw, if he thought the catcher didn't handle it, if they had something on. I certainly didn't look that way. Tatum didn't show any indication that it was any kind of a squeeze play. Not quite sure what happened on that play, but Ethan Wilson took off for the plate, and that's how the inning ended. So Tatum leads off with a ground out. Here comes Cody Roberts. And that one is outside. So it's now 1 ball and 1 strike to Cody Roberts. And this one is low, and now it's 2-1. And he fouls another one straight back. It's 2-2. Phils and the Ponies have played 3 straight games in extra innings. Jake mentioned this in the pregame show. Last time that happened was in 2019 against 2 of them in Akron, the first 2 in Akron, and then the third back here in Reading, May of 2019. Here's a slow roller to second, and Rowdy Jordan will make the play. 2 down here in the inning. Thanks to former Reading Phils play-by-play guy Steve Dagler for that tidbit of information. Phils and Ponies would prefer not to break that record and make it 4 in a row after having gone to extras on Friday and then both games yesterday in the doubleheader going to extra innings. Reading, of course, winning it in the bottom of the 10th inning on Friday night and then losing both in extras yesterday as Madison Stokes now bats. Swing and a miss come for Stokes. Stokes had a solo home run in last night's second game with a couple hits in that game 2 of the doubleheader. 4 hits in total in the series, but he's now behind no balls and 2 strikes. Stokes ground out to third his first time up. And make that a swing and a miss, and strike 3. The Phils go in order here in the third. No runs, no hits. There were no errors and none left. 3 complete. Binghamton with a 4-0 advantage on the Fightins.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feaser's supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feasers, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are pleased to present you with their classic game program, all electronically. This program has information on the coaching staff, player roster, and front office staff. It also includes feature stories and alumni reports on all of your favorite guys who spent time in Baseball Town. Visit ourphils.com/programs to check it out.
Binghamton 4, Phils 0 as we head to inning number 4. And with the play-by-play, my broadcast partner, Jake Starr.
Thank you very much, Bob. Top half of the fourth inning, 4-0 at Rumble Ponies as Josh Hendrickson gets the 9-man Wyatt Young to lead off. First pitch and upstairs for 1-0. Wyatt Young 0 for 1 so far tonight. Fly out to the center fielder Johan Rojas in the second. Next pitch is skied in the air, left side of the infield foul territory. Kroon, the third baseman, goes over, leans towards the railing of the third base dugout, and it tips off his glove. So, just goes down as a foul ball as Kroon, looks like he may have been a little weary of the fence in front of him. So the count goes to 1-1.
Yeah, I think Matthew had more room than he thought he did. It's hard to tell when you're looking up and you feel the change from grass to dirt, so you know you're getting closer to the fence.
1-1, a curveball drops in for a strike, 1-2.
And I think he actually had another couple of feet he could have range to. And so he kind of stopped and just tried to reach with it instead. Didn't quite get there.
1-2, another curveball down in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Cody Roberts. Kroon the other night on a home run ball ran full speed into the right field fence. On a ball that looked like it was a routine fly ball that just drifted out. 2-2, lifted in the air towards shallow left. Out goes Stokes, the shortstop, in the left footer. Wilson makes the call on the catch as his hat falls off. That is out number 1, but that makes sense. You know, if you're Kroon, after something like that happens, you're, you know, a little more aware of, you know, how close you are to the fence. But you know, obviously, it's something he'll probably tell you a catch he should make. But nonetheless, they still get the out, so that's all that matters. Here comes Matt Rudick, one down in the top of the fourth. Hendrickson fires, and it misses low and away for a ball, 1-0.
Curious to see what the immediate future for Josh Hendrickson is. Phil's bullpen still is quiet. They have not yet had anybody begin to throw.
1-0 was grounded towards the middle. Hendrickson tried to barehanded it, missed it, but Dunn right behind him at second base fields it and goes to first in time.
Best thing he could have done was to miss that. Again, he reaches out that bare hand. It's an instinctual thing, and it wasn't really that hard hit off of the bat of Rudick. But again, that's a bad thing for pitchers to put that meat hand out there. That's what you're earning a living with. You don't want to get that hand out there because bad things can happen depending on how it hits your hand.
And it's all an instinctual thing,
right,
too. It's not like Hendrickson, if you ask him off the field, like, yeah, I'm never going to try and do that, hurt my hand. But instinctually, you want to make a play. Here's Rowdy Jordan. First pitch to him is shot back foul, 0-1.
And the other reason why it's best that they don't is because the way the players are positioned behind them, in this case Oliver Dunn, was in a perfect position to field it. So if he doesn't field it cleanly, it's probably going to bounce off his hand.
0-1 on the inside corner, 0-2.
Or if he just leaves it alone, it's a ground ball to second.
A little bit extra juice on the fastball for Hendrickson there, 89. Usually sits between 86 and 88 with the fastball. 0-2. Curveball that missed just a little bit up in the zone, 1-2. They count to Rowdy Jordan. Up with 2 outs in the top of the fourth inning. 4-0, Binghamton has the lead. Here's the 1-2. That one's fouled back. Count stays at 1-2. Hendrickson in search for his first 1-2-3 inning today. His second scoreless inning. Gave up a pair of runs in the first and a pair in the third. 1-2 again. That's a hanging breaking ball. Clobber into the air deep towards left center field. Rojas and Wilson go back, and it is gone. 413 feet from Rowdy Jordan, 100 off the bat. And it is his 6th home run of the season, and the Binghamton Rumble Ponies are up 5-0.
The guy that's hit the other 2 home runs in this game is the guy who's now coming to the plate. Jake said it, hanging breaking ball, and Jordan didn't miss it. As soon as he hit it, Johan Rojas gave it a jog, but he knew it was out of here.
Luke Ritter up 2 home runs tonight already. First pitch to him is a fastball upstairs for a ball, 1-0. It is the second time this year Hendrickson's allowed 3 home runs in the game. Last came May 20th at Somerset. Next pitch is down below the knees for a ball, 2-0. 4th time in his career Hendrickson's allowed a trifecta of home runs in a ball game. Here's the pitch. Ritter skies it in the air, right side foul territory. Tatum, the first baseman, races over towards the bullpen, and it'll drop as De La Cruz was jolting in from right, but he couldn't get there in time. So the count goes to 2-1.
It's a really long run for the first baseman. And the second baseman, Oliver Dunn, because of the power Ritter. He's playing him pretty much behind as close to second base as he can, and De La Cruz also playing him to pull. So it was a long run for everybody.
2-1 the count. Pitch from Hendrickson is, I guess, upstairs for a ball 3-1. There's been a couple this at bat that have looked like strikes, but Tyler Whitty, small strike zone today. 3-1 is clobbered in the air deep towards left, and it is a trifecta of home runs for Luke Ritter. To the back of the Seidel Auto Group deck, his third home run of the day. It's 6-0 Rumble Ponies. Crushed it 111 miles off the bat, 388 feet, and it's his 14th home run of the season.
Ethan Wilson in left field literally did not even move. He didn't even turn. He didn't move a foot. He just literally just kept staring back at home plate.
So Jose Peroza will be the batter now. 2 outs in the inning after back-to-back home runs allowed by Fightin's pitcher Josh Hendrickson. First pitch is just outside and away for a ball, 1-0.
Luke Ritter has done his Elvis Martinez imitation in this series. Elvis Martinez from New Hampshire came in here and blasted home runs all over this ballpark, and Ritter's done the same.
Next pitch upstairs for a ball, 2-0.
5 home runs is hit in this series.
And look, you can argue there are a couple of pitches to Ritter and to Rowdy Jordan that looked like they were strikes and not called strikes. 2-0 is on the inside corner, 2-1. So you know that, the Fightin's coaching staff, Hendrickson, not happy about that, because you feel like you're getting squeezed, you're going to come back out over the plate, and you allow a home run. 2-1, a breaking pitch, which is dropped in for a called strike, 2-2. So now a career high and season high, 4 home runs allowed in this contest by Josh Hendrickson. Here's the 2-2 to Peroza, swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes. That'll retire the side in the 4th. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left for the Rumble Ponies. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Binghamton up 6-0 on the Phillies Radio Network.
The Louisiana Swamplands. Out here, you're either lunch or you're enjoying it. Make sure you end up on top with the all-powerful lineup of Kia SUVs, like the Telluride, Sportage, and Sorento, equipped with available all-wheel drive, higher ground clearance, and the interior capacity to bring everything you need, so you'll always remain more than a gator's length ahead. Visit your local Kia dealer today to find your next adventure in our ever-capable lineup of SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
When the Reading Fightin' Phils get hungry, we turn to our team feed partners. Special thanks to Chick-fil-A, Pizza Como USA, Railroad House, Why Missing Restaurant and Bakery, Jersey Mike's Subs, Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Bakery, Subway, and Clean Eats for making sure the Fightin' Phils front office is never hungry on game day. Our staff enjoys delicious meals from our team feed partners. Don't take our word for it. Find out for yourself today.
The award-winning Reading Hospital Tower Health Pool Party provides an unforgettable night out with family and friends. Enjoy a baseball game while swimming in the 87-degree heated pool directly behind the right field home run wall. Plus 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet, photos, and autographs with the crazy hot dog vendor and the Fightin' Phils mascot band. Regular season tickets start at $33 per person for groups of 20 or more. Give us a call today at 610-370-BALL. Bottom of the 4th inning, and a bit of a surprising move from Binghamton unless there's an injury involved. New pitcher in on the mound is David Griffin. He released Junior Santos, who went 3 strong shutout innings. Threw 37 pitches, 29 for strikes. First pitch to De La Cruz is outside for a ball, 1-0, but it's a 6-0 Binghamton lead. David Griffin in, the 26-year-old from Hanover, Massachusetts. Next pitch low and away for a ball. Griffin, who's making his just 4th appearance with AA Binghamton, 1-0, a 5.40 ERA. Looks against De La Cruz. Here's the pitch. That's fouled back, 2-1. Griffin started the year at AAA Syracuse. Made 6 appearances and 5 starts for the Metro AAA affiliate. So maybe the plan always was Santos second time this week, use him more as an opener, then go bolt game. Next pitch is a swing and a miss, 2-2.
Yeah, you don't know. I mean, obviously this is the second time he started in the series, so whether or not it's a fatigue situation, whether, as you said, it's an injury of some kind, or maybe it's just they felt like they've got a 6-run lead.
That one's fouled off. Count goes 2-2.
The fact that he only threw 37 pitches is what makes you kind of scratch your head a little bit. If he had thrown 50, 60 pitches, maybe you could understand it, but he's pretty much in control of this game.
Count is 2-2 to De La Cruz. The pitch, that's outside for a ball. Counts 3-2. De La Cruz 0 for 1 today for strikeout. Currently has a 26-game on base streak. 3-2. That's driven towards the right center field gap. Make that a 26-game on base streak. It'll roll all the way to the wall. De La Cruz chugs the second. That's her whole stop. It's a leadoff double for De La Cruz.
And you really like to see that from De La Cruz. Just took the pitch where it was thrown and went right with it and drove it right into the right center field gap. It's a double off the bat. It's also the kind of stroke that eventually he'll begin to lift some of those and be able to pepper that Redner's Event Center and get himself some more, even more extra base hits and some home runs that way as well.
It's his 12th double of the year, which puts him now in a 4-way tie for that team lead. Oliver Dunn, Matthew Kroon, and Stokes all have 12. Also would rank top 10 across the Eastern League as Rojas digs in. First pitch, low and away for a ball, 1-0. Griffin comes set at the letters, deals. Outside and away for a ball, 2-0. And look, you have to remember, it's the Binghamton bullpen, a 5.45 ERA that ranks last in the league, so that's something worth noting. You get them for 6 innings now. I know you're down 6, but this team, a 6-run deficit, shouldn't feel like a steep mountain to climb. The pitch, Rojas drives into the air out towards right center. McElwain has a beat on it. De La Cruz retreats back to bag. McElwain makes the catch. Carlos will tag. The throw to third on a hop is not in time. And De La Cruz gets third as Rojas flies out to center. Here comes Oliver Dunn.
That's a productive at bat for Rojas. Again, it's a 6-0 lead, and he's thinking bigger things than that. But at least if you're going to make it out, you move the runner. And so he does that. He moves the runner to third base with 1 out.
Oliver Dunn up to the plate, and that's the thing. There's no such thing as a 6-run home run. If you're not going to get a hit, you still want to have a productive at-bat. First pitch to Dunn is at the knees for a called strike 0-1. Santos' final line was 3 innings, 2 hits. No runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. We said 37 pitches, 29 for strikes. Here's the 0-1. Dunn takes inside for a ball, 1-1. Zach Lingenfelter also up and getting loose in the Fightin Phillies bullpen.
He began to throw at the tail end of that previous inning in the top half of the 4th. So thinking that he would probably come in for the 5th.
Here's the 1-1. Dunn takes outside for a ball, 2-1. Early sample size from Griffin, but certainly has struggled with his control. Missed outside of the back-to-back righties, De La Cruz and Rojas. Now he's missed outside from that last one, the lefty Dunn. He set the letters and deals. That one skied in the air, shallow left. Out goes Groza, in comes Rudick. Rudick's under it. De La Cruz will start and stop just to draw a throw, and he'll return back to the bag as the throw 3 hops to catcher O'Neill from Rudick. And that's out number 2 for Matthew Kroon.
So we're talking about a productive at bat by Rojas. He just hits a fly ball deep enough to get De La Cruz to tag up. But the opposite there for Dunn, who ends up hitting it not deep enough for De La Cruz to be able to tag up and score.
So Kroon will dig in from the right side. He's 0 for 1 tonight, ground out to third. On a ball that he hit hard, over 105 miles per hour off the bat. Here's the pitch. And that one gets away from the catcher O'Neill. And De La Cruz will trot home standing up. The Phillies are on the board. It's 6-1 Rumble Ponies. Call was obviously a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, not quite sure if that's going to be a wild pitch or a pass ball. It went off the catcher's glove.
We'll see what that goes down as.
It was a ball, but it wasn't way out of the strike zone.
It is a pass ball. It'll be the 4th of the season against O'Neill.
I thought it was probably going to be the case.
Next pitch was down low to Kroon for a ball, 2-0.
Like I said, it was a pitch that was obviously a ball, but it wasn't in the dirt. It wasn't way off or way high. It was a ball the catcher should have caught.
Next pitch, Kroon will slap it foul, 2-1.
So the Phils will take it any way they can get it. So they didn't get the sacrifice fly from Oliver Dunn. But again, that's why that fly ball by Rojas is important, because you get that guy at third base, and there's a number of ways he can eventually score 90 feet away.
2-1. Kroon will take it down for a ball, 3-1. Officially is a pass ball, so fourth this season against O'Neill behind home plate. Kroon's up 3-1, 2 out spot on the fourth. Fightin's trail at 6-1. Griffin winds and deals. And that is at the knees for a called strike, 3-2. Kroon didn't think so. He already started to walk towards first. Then he carousels around, asks Tyler Whitty where it was, and then digs back in. Slightly open stance for Kroon. Team leader in average at 304. Payoff pitch. That's up and away, ball 4. You know, if Whitty rung him up, there would have been some not happy people on the Fightin side of the field, but nonetheless, the walk, the first for Griffin. That'll bring Ethan Wilson to plate. Hit one hard his last time up for a single.
And let's be honest, this Binghamton team obviously has played long ball in this, but the Phils have the bats that they can do the same and get themselves back in this.
Not a ton of home runs in this series, though, for Reading. You know, they're over towards first. Kroon's back into the dive. He's safe. Kroon will be active on the base pass often, 11 for 15 stolen bases this year. Like, most of their runs have just come from, you know, extra base hits and lots of singles this week. Here's the pitch. Wilson drives it in the air, out towards right center. McElwain goes back, still going back, reaches over his shoulder, and it's in and out of his glove. Around third goes Kroon. Full score. Wilson's thinking 3. Here's the throw from the cutoff man. Wilson is safe. It's an RBI triple for Ethan Wilson, and the Fightin Phils cut it to a 6-2 deficit.
That's great base running and a great hustle by Ethan Wilson to make sure he gets to third. And once the ball was off the glove of McElwain in center field, Al Padrique was pumping Matthew Kroon around third base. He knew he could score. McElwain just didn't quite play that extremely well. He kind of misjudged when to jump on that, and he had a little bit more room to go back to try and catch it before jumping. So he kind of mistimed his jump and hit off his glove and then off the wall, and that allowed everybody to keep on running. And so there you go. Now you've chipped away at this, and there's another run 90 feet away.
Binghamton bullpen quiet, but there is stirring as Nick Podkol digs in after a mound visit between O'Neill and Griffin. For Wilson, that's his second triple of the year, but his first since way back on opening day on April 8th in Richmond. So it certainly has been a while. Pitch to Podkol is outside for a ball, 1-0. It's been a tight strike zone from Tyler Whitty tonight, too. Griffin set at the letters and deals. Podkol takes outside for a ball, 2-0. I have to also like the at-bats the Fightin Phils are having against Griffin. Aside from the Dunn flyout, everything's been productive and has been long at-bats. Podkol up in the count, 2-0. Here's the pitch. That's outside for a ball, 3-0.
So again, it comes back to the decision to take Santos out. And again, we don't know. There may have been a very valid reason why they took him out, but now that the Phils have chipped away with a couple of runs here.
3-0. Podkol will take it inside, ball 4, second walk of the inning. Third straight base runner for McCarthy Tatum. And you're all of a sudden one swing of the bat away from this game being entirely different.
Absolutely correct. And even at that, the complexion of this game is now different. It was a 6-0 joyride for Binghamton going into this series, but the Phils at least have put a crooked number up, and there's still a lot of baseball left to play. It's only the 4th inning, so great if you can get another one out of this. But even at that, now you just need your pitching staff to shut this thing down and continue to chip away at it. And there's no question that this team has not only the potential in terms of its run production to get back into this game, but it also has the belief that they could do that. If you've been listening to our broadcast, we've been talking about this for weeks, that this team never believes that they are out of a game. They believe that they always have, as long as there's an out left to be made, that they still have a puncher's chance to get back in any game they're in.
A.J. Sager, the pitching coach. Conversation with his pitcher, Griffin. Tyler Thomas, the lefty, up and throwing in the bullpen for Binghamton. Not really matchups because Tatum's a righty, Roberts a righty, Stokes a righty. The next lefty you don't get is Oliver Dunn.
Yeah,
so it's still 5 straight righties. So it's just who's a fresh arm. We haven't seen Thomas this week.
Right. I think it's a bit of a stall to get more pitches for the guys in the bullpen. It's also just to kind of settle down Griffin a little bit to say, hey, look, still only need one more out and you're out of this.
First pitch to Tatum is down low for a ball. Counts 1-0.
And I would imagine that also had something.
And someone just got ejected from the game. Looks like it may have been the catcher, O'Neill. Tyler Whitty, a quick hook, and O'Neill is livid in the face of him. Here comes Mariano Duncan. He might not be far behind either, as O'Neill will begin his trek back to the dugout, and Duncan now in the face of Tyler Whitty.
That's something you don't see a whole lot of, where the catcher turns and immediately says something to the umpire that gets him ejected.
But neutral observation here. The zone has been incredibly tight for both sides. And, Reading's had issues and Binghamton's had issues. O'Neill's just the first one who's voiced those displeasures to a point enough where he gets thrown out of the game. And look, it's been a roller coaster of a zone this week because the two guys in the field, Austin Snow and Ethan Gorsak, just calling it as it is. Both wider zones, and Whitty is a tighter zone.
Right.
So, it can be hard to adjust night in and night out to that. Duncan and Whitty still arguing, and it looks like Duncan will remain in this game. And we'll see who the catcher will be.
Hayden Sanger, but he's again, they have somebody warming up in the bullpen. He's probably down in the bullpen.
There's also Jose Mena, too.
Jose Mena. We can't tell.
Well, whoever's in the bullpen is not
staying there.
Is staying.
Until they get the equipment on, that's going to be the delay. It's just very unusual to have the catcher stand up and get in the face of the umpire and get thrown out immediately. It's just not, again, catchers generally try not to argue with the umpire because they're trying to keep the side of the umpire, if you will.
It'll be Sanger.
Yes. They're trying to kind of be the peacemaker, if you will, to try to make sure they can get calls, so they try not to argue. And especially when they're the batter, the catcher tries not to argue because then when he's the catcher, he's trying to make sure he gets the calls. So it's just unusual to see a catcher just stand up, but he must have said a couple of magic words to Tyler Whitty because the hook was quick.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think it's the first ejection we've seen in a home game this year. The Phils have had 5 ejections this year, all of them on the road.
Yeah, they save it for the road trips.
Phillips at Portland, Pedrique and Bergeson at Hartford. Henson was here. Henson was here Saturday night of the Harrisburg series.
Oh, yes, that's true.
Jae Young Kim threw him out.
We gave him credit for starting the rally. They ended up winning the game.
And then Pedrique was last week at New Hampshire. So second ejection that's happened here this year.
Yeah, Tyler Henson got thrown out before Max McDowell's 3-run home run. That was the walk-off.
So here's the first pitch to Tatum. Big swing and a miss, 1-1. It was a fastball center cut. Tatum just couldn't get the barrel on it.
Yeah, so now if you're McCarthy Tatum, you got to refocus because you're kind of locked in there a little bit. You had the pitcher on the ropes before that delay.
1-1. Tatum ropes one foul into general admission seating on the right side. And the count goes 1-2. Hit it hard though, 93 off the bat. Tatum digs back in, 1-2, 2 outs. Men on the corners, Fightin Phil's down 6-2, bottom of the 4th. David Griffin set at the letters. The 1-2. Tatum drills it in the air out towards right. Ruiz, though, has a read on it, couple of steps towards his left. And that will retire the side in the 4th. 2 runs for the Fightin Phils. They do it on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 2 left on base. Well, this one's far from over. We'll go to the 5th. 6-2 Rumble Ponies on the Phils Radio Network. Join us as we celebrate Reading's Spanish and Latino culture during 12 Friday home games this season. The Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays presented by Tito's Handmade Vodka, High Noon Sun Sips, Catay Law Offices, Suburban Brewing Company, Carl's Cards and Collectibles, Humane Pennsylvania, Star City Boxing, Apis Services, Supportive Concepts, and Affordable Home Care. Fiesta Friday features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other culture elements throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL, online at rphils.com or at the Customers Bank ticket office. To honor the 275th anniversary of Reading, the Phils will play as the Reading Keystones on all Thursdays and select Tuesdays in 2023. Tuesdays are brought to you by Coatesville VA Medical Center. Join us for 11 Keystone Throwback Thursdays thanks to Berks Career and Technology Center, H&F Heating and Cooling, and Rip It Baseball Town Charities batting cages. Come celebrate the 275th anniversary of Reading and enjoy some great baseball on Throwback Thursdays in 2023. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL, online at rphils.com or at the Customers Bank ticket office. This game has officially been turned over to both bullpens now as Zach Lingenfelter is in for the Fightin' Phils, top half of the fifth inning, 6-2 ball game. Lingenfelter making his 14th appearance. He's 0-1 in 13 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts to 18 walks. We'll get 5, 6, 7 of this Binghamton lineup. And the job for Lingenfelter, Bob, is simple. Just keep this a 4-run game.
Yep, got to get zeros on the scoreboard and let the offense try to catch up. Zach's been struggling of late. So this is a spot for him to kind of gain some favor back from the coaching staff in terms of what kind of situations they're bringing him into.
First batter he gets is Brendan McElwain, who is 1 for 2 today.
Big thing for Lingenfelter has been the base on balls.
First pitch is up and in tight. Leaning back was McElwain out of the way of it for ball 1. McElwain also lost his helmet, so he'll recorral it. Final line on Hendrickson, 4 innings pitched, 9 hits, 6 runs, all earned. A walk, 2 strikeouts, through 80 pitches, 50 of them for strikes. 1-0 from Lingenfelter. That's up and away for a ball, 2-0. Hendrickson, it's 9 hits, it was a career high, 6 runs, all earned, matched the season in career high. And like we mentioned earlier, the 4 home runs he allowed, also a season and career high. 2-0, that's inside for a ball, 3-0. Lingenfelter, the righty, 6'5", 220 from Knoxville, Tennessee. 3-0, and that's outside ball 4.
Like I said, that's been the issue for Lingenfelter, is throwing strikes. His last outing here a week ago against, or 2 weeks ago against New Hampshire. Just a third of an inning, 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks. 13 innings pitched, he struck out 12. He's walked 18.
Gustin Ruiz digs in. First pitch to him is in tight. He's got to shimmy the way out of it. Lefty Ruiz, 1 for 2 tonight. An RBI single back in the third. Lingenfelter set at the letters. Here's the pitch. That's up and away for a ball, 2-0.
Yeah, his release point's just way off. He's either overthrowing it, trying to throw it too hard and holding on to it too long and throwing it low, or letting the release go a little bit too soon and missing high and away against the left-handed hitter.
2-0. That's upstairs for a ball, 3-0. So 7 straight balls to start for Lingenfelter. No one throwing yet, but there is a lot of stretching going on in the R-Phils bullpen. Off day tomorrow, so we'll see how this game is managed the rest of the way bullpen-wise. 3-0. That one gets the outside corner for a called strike. 3-1. Hope that's a get-right pitch here for Lingenfelter.
Greg, you went with something other than the fastball there. And that got him a strike.
See what he goes at 3-1 here. The pitch. That's
same
at the
pitch.
knees for a called strike, 3-2.
Exact same pitch.
And Ruiz, you could tell, was not very happy about that. And I think after what happened last inning, you know, Binghamton's very much on Tyler Whitty about his strike zone tonight. 3-2. That's outside ball 4, so back-to-back walks issued by Zach Lingenfelter, and that'll bring Joe Swazi up to the plate.
It's also going to bring Brad Burgess out of the dugout in a conversation. You have to have it. I mean, again, this is just point-blank stuff here. You got a 6-0 lead that the team has chipped away and made it a 6-2 game. Your job is very simple. Throw strikes. If they hit you, they hit you. But the one thing you can't do is what he's done, which is walk the first 2 batters. This is a team that can hit. Binghamton has shown its ability to hit in this series. They don't need any help by putting guys on base.
Ferguson and Roberts will both return to their respective posts. One in the dugout, one behind home plate as Joe Swazi steps in, 2 for 2, a pair of singles today. McElwain's on second. Ruiz leads off first. Nothing away, top of the fifth. 6-2 Rumble Ponies have the lead. Lingenfelter comes set and deals. That one's down the shoot for a called strike, 0-1. So you hope that conversation with Brad Bergeson and his catcher Cody Roberts able to settle Lingenfelter down. Righty Swazi even stance midway in the batter's box. 0-1 is over for a strike, and it's swung on a missed 0-2. So it looks like he's gone the back-to-back all-speed pitches Lingenfelter has.
I think it's the fastball he's missing on and the slider that he's getting over the plate. So the game can be simplified at times and say, you know what, okay, you're obviously don't have it with the fastball right now. Use the slider. There's a lot of guys who've gotten a lot of outs in the game of baseball with a good slider. And maybe the fastball eventually you'll regain the release point and you can work that back in.
0-2 the count to Swazi, the pitch. That one is down at the knees. Checking his swing with Swazi. They'll go to first where Ethan Gorsak will say no swing, so the count goes 1-2. Not a bad 0-2 pitch, though, from Lingenfelter.
No, that was actually a very good 0-2 pitch. See if he gets him to chase it.
Ready for Reading. Comes set at the letters. First base side of the rubber and deals. Curveball that misses. A bit high and tight to the righty Swazi, so he's back in the count 2-2. Hayden Sanger awaits on deck. He entered this game last inning after Matt O'Neill was ejected by home plate umpire Tyler Whitty. 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Went to the fastball. Bit upstairs, and Swazi cannot catch up to it. So that's got to feel good for Zach Lingenfelter. Now you get a guy in Sanger who's coming off the bench cold. Innings far from over, but you feel a little bit better.
Right, and as I said a moment ago, it's also a situation where you can ultimately regain that fastball. Again, it just clearly was his release point was off with the fastball, and you can kind of regain that when you start to get a little bit of your composure back.
First pitch, grounded towards the middle. Dunn has it, flips to Stokes at second for one. Throw to first in time, and that's the inning ending 4-6-3 double play for the Fightin' Phils. No runs in the inning, no hits, there were no errors, and a man left on base for the Rumble Ponies. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth. 6-2 Rumble Ponies. Back after this on the Our Phils Radio Network. For top flight local jobs, go with who you know. JP Mascaro & Sons are a leading waste removal company. To meet today's employment and service demands, Mascaro is upgrading its already highly competitive employee wage and benefit package for drivers, collection crew helpers, and other positions. Call 888-MASCARO, M-A-S-C-A-R-O, for details. Work for an established local family business committed to its employees. Again, call 888-MASCARO today or apply online at www.jpmascaro.com.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phils Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, two great hometown partners.
Bottom half of the fifth inning, our score Binghamton 6, Reading 2. Jake Starr and Bob McCool, thanks for joining us here on the Reading Fightin' Phils Radio Network. Tyler Thomas, the lefty, new arm in for the Rumble Ponies. Recently signed by the Mets back on June the 5th, just 6 days ago, and was assigned to Double-A Binghamton. First pitch to Cody Roberts is down for a ball 1-0. Thomas, who has not made an appearance this year, but as I look at my stat sheet towards the bottom of it, because it's in alphabetical order, I see a name that says Jay Verlander.
That's right.
Justin Verlander, here's the 1-0. Roberts swings and misses 1-1. Verlander made a rehab appearance with the Rumble Ponies earlier this year.
Look in the S's. I believe Max Scherzer did as well.
Scherzer was out last year.
That was last year? Okay.
I got them mixed up when talking to, here's the 1-1. Roberts, ground ball towards third. Perosa waits back on it, then charges, throws the first in time. 5-3 on the put out. Yeah, I was talking to Jacob Wilkins, the wonderful lead broadcaster for the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. They've been awesome to work with all week. Jacob and his broadcast assistant, Matt Levine, who's back home in New York for the series, but I was like, yeah, you had Scherzer. I'm like, wait, no, you had Verlander this year. Scherzer was last year. Madison Stokes will dig in. Here's the pitch. That one's at the knees for a called strike, 0-1. But yeah, Thomas signed up the Mets. Most recently pitched for the Gastonia Honey Hunters in the Atlantic League, which is independent but affiliated with, well, associated with the MLB. 0-1's fouled back. Last year made 26 appearances for AA Frisco, 1-1, a 6.37 ERA, 41 innings pitched and 51 strikeouts. 27-year-old from San Diego, 0-2. Stokes lines it in the vacant hole where the second baseman usually would stand, and it goes into right field for a base hit. So a one-out single for Madison Stokes. Here comes Carlos De La Cruz, who started the whole rally last inning.
Like I said, just the pitching staff needs to find a way to put up zeros. Let this offense chip away. You don't need to get all 4 of them back in this inning. If you want to, that's just fine, but you don't have to. You got plenty of time. Get a couple here, get a couple there.
First pitch to De La Cruz, misses low and away for a ball, 1-0.
And again, this team has yet to take advantage of the wind currents in this ballpark today. The wind is definitely blowing out.
De La Cruz, 1 for 2 today with a double. 1-0. That's inside corner for a strike. 1-1. I don't think De La Cruz was very happy with that call.
There haven't been a whole lot who have been happy.
Thomas comes set at the belt. Here's the 1-1 from the lefty. De La Cruz swings and misses at an off-speed pitch, 1-2, which that's a situation you put yourself in. You don't like a call for strike 1.
Well, that's exactly what Carl is doing. He called a timeout here because what happens as a hitter a lot of times is it changes your approach because you're unsure what the strike zone is.
1-2. That one's down and in to Carlos De La Cruz, 2-2.
So at this stage, you kind of have to have courage of your conviction, so to speak, and just stay within yourself and not let what you think the umpire may or may not call affect how you swing. Still stay within your zone, and if you get a bad call, well, then you have to deal with it.
So 2-2 to De La Cruz with 1 out. Thomas comes set. Long pause. Here's the pitch. That one's just fouled back. Count stays 2-2. Also, close the line on David Griffin. An inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks, 16 pitches, just 6 for strikes. So he struggled, and they turn it over to Tyler Thomas, who is making his 2023 Binghamton debut. 2-2. That's outside for a ball. Counts full to De La Cruz. Thomas was originally drafted by the Cubs in the 7th round of the 2017 draft. Then in 2018 was traded to the Rangers in the Jesse Chavez trade. Reached as high as AAA with the Rangers. 3-2. Big swing and a miss from De La Cruz on a breaking pitch down in the dirt. And he's down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. That'll bring Johan Rojas to the plate with 2 outs in the inning.
And that's just on Carlos. That's just a bad decision on his part, and he knows it. Head hanging as he walks back to the dugout, just fooled on the pitch and chased it on a pitch that would all but bounced at the plate.
Rojas will ask for and be granted time, which he does that a lot. Rojas will come up and get time. So, a lot of guys, you only get 1 time out. Rojas, someone who, likes to take his time getting into the box, get into a rhythm. So, you know what? He opts to use his timeout before he gets his first pitch. And Thomas will go over towards first. Awfully close to being a balk, too. I think he almost started to lean towards the mound before throwing over towards first. So Rojas up 2 outs, bottom 5. It's a 6-2 ball game. Rumble Ponies have the lead. Stokes leads off first. The pitch. That one's lifted in the air out towards right, drifting towards the line. Ruiz and Swazi both race over, and it'll drop foul. Just shy of the warning track down the right field line.
There's been a couple of, let's turn into the Bermuda Triangle down there right by the Phillies bullpen. Foul balls that are in the field of play, so to speak, but just too far and too long for anybody to get to.
So Stokes returns to first. Rojas digs back in from the right side, 0-1. Slightly open stance for the Phillies, number 6 prospect. Tom is set at the belt, the lefty is. Here's the pitch. Rojas slaps it foul right side. This time it'll go out of play. 0-2. Christian Hernandez up and throwing in the Fightin Phil's bullpen. Redding very much believes they're still in this, so see if they can maybe get 2 innings from Hernandez to maintain the deficit where it's at. Redding, of course, would love to tack on more. 0-2. Rojas swings and misses on a curveball, and he is down on strikes. So after a 1-out single to Stokes, back-to-back strikeouts from Tyler Thomas. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left for the Fightin Phils. We'll go to the 6th. Rumble Ponies up 6-2 on the Phil's Radio Network.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Our Phil's fans can continue to expect great performances all season long on the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage. It's the home of great local talent, including the Our Phil's mascot band. Burke's Commercial Roofing prides itself on being a locally owned and operated company that puts an emphasis on customer service. They provide free on-site estimates and can handle any size repair, restoration, or replacement. Visit burkscommercialroofing.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information. And don't forget to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show at the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage at America's Classic Ballpark.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893. Bold.
Top of the 6th inning, 6-2 Rumble Ponies have the lead. New pitcher on the mound for Reading is the righty Christian Hernandez. He'll get 9-1-2, starting with Wyatt Young for Binghamton. Hernandez, the righty, sets and deals. First pitch is just inside for a ball. Count goes to 1-0. Hernandez, 14th appearance, 2-0, a 2.29 ERA, 22 strikeouts and 8 walks over 19 2/3 innings pitched. 1-0. That one's lifted in the air off the hands towards shallow left. Towards the line goes Wilson. He's there and pulls up just in front of the wall.
Yeah, the problem was Ethan was getting very close to the baseball, and just as he got there, the ball was coming down right at the pitcher's mound in the foul territory, obviously in the bullpen for the Rumble Ponies, and so that kind of cost him the possibility of maybe making that catch as he started to run up the pitcher's mound.
1-1. That one's lifted, similar spot, but this time it'll drift out of play, foul 1-2.
Just to finish that point, I think if it was all flat surface at that spot, Wilson may have been able to finish the run and make that catch. But the change of the dynamic of the pitcher's mound kind of cost him the ability to run all the way through it.
1-2 the count. Hernandez set at the belt. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs, and Young thought about it, but held back on his swing, so the count's 2-2.
By the way, that will not be a factor next year when the whole process is done and the completion of the Raiders Event Center. The bullpens will also no longer be down the respective foul lines. They'll be out in left center field where the scoreboard is right now. They'll be tiered, kind of like you see at Citizens Bank Park with a visiting and a home bullpen on top of one another. They'll be the same right here.
2-2 is down and away for a ball. Went to the off-speed pitch, and the count runs full to Wyatt Young. Young 0 for 2 tonight. Down to 201 on the season, just above the Mendoza line. And Hernandez comes set for the payoff. Here it is. Ground ball towards short. Hernandez tried to swipe it behind his back, can't get to it. Stokes, though, gloves it and rips the throw to first in time. And Young is retired for the 3rd time tonight. That'll bring Matt Rudick to the plate. 1 out, top of the 6th. A lot this series, I feel like we've seen balls that the pitchers have become ever so close to playing. And it just misses them. But Stokes and Dunn have been super reliable up the middle.
Right. Again, it's the factor of where your middle infielders are positioned. If they're positioned in a spot where they're close to or behind the bag, then
Matt Rudick takes the first pitch for a strike on a curveball.
As a pitcher, in those cases, you're best served to kind of stay out of the way and let the infielder take the play and make the play.
Rudick 0 for 2 tonight. Pitch to him is down and away for a ball, 1-1. Rudick walking the first, and a fly out in the second, and a ground ball to Oliver Dunn his last time up in the fourth. Hernandez, the righty, gets a sign, toes the third base side of the rubber, kicks and deals. That one's roped down the right field line, but it'll hook out a play foul, and the count moves to 1-2. Hernandez, who has turned himself into one of the most reliable arms out of the Phillies bullpen. 4 out of his last 5 games, he has not allowed an earned run, and has also pitched 2 innings in 4 out of his last 5 games. Counts 1-2 to Rudick. Here's the pitch. That one's hit foul, back behind home plate. Count stays 1-2. And Hernandez, Alpadrique has shown that he'll pitch him in any part of the game. He's opened a handful of times for the Phillies. He's kind of been like that default guy that they've gone to when they've needed an opener for bullpen games. Only going usually about 2 innings each time, but has done a good job setting the tone, though. 1-2. That's misses just inside for a ball, 2-2.
Yeah, and in today's game and the way pitching staffs have evolved over the course of the last several years, a guy like Hernandez is very valuable in that way. It's almost kind of like Nick Nelson has that role that Nick Nelson filled for the Phillies in a lot of ways.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck out Rudick on a curveball. And that's the first strikeout for Christian Hernandez. That'll bring up Rowdy Jordan. Closed the line as well on Zach Lingenfelter. Was an inning, no hits, no runs, no earned. 2 walks, a strikeout. And Lingenfelter, who struggled with command in the first 2 batters, but went strikeout and then a softly hit ground ball double play to get out of the inning. So wasn't the best start, but Lingenfelter, good job against adversity. Battles through to finish the inning. Here's Rowdy Jordan. He homered his last time up, and he lifts that one in the air. Shallow center field. Rojas will drift on in, and he will make the catch to retire the side in the 6th. Well, Christian Hernandez works a 1-2-3 frame. Fightin' Phil still down by 4-6-2. Looking to get back in it on the Phillies Radio Network.
The Reading Fightin' Phillies are proud to partner with Berks County Mental Health and Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and suicide prevention with 3 simple words. Are you okay? The help is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide hurts and affects everyone, but help is here. We will work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-379-2007.
Spend some quality time with the family by taking them out to the ball game every Sunday home game at FirstEnergy Stadium. Sundays are Berks Packing Sunday Family Fun Days, presented by Golden Oaks Golf Club, PA Army National Guard, Culligan Water, Aspen Home Improvements, and Rip It Baseball Town Charities batting cages. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $56 when purchased in advance. Join us for Berks Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at all Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Looking for the place to have the ultimate family fun at the Fightin' Phil's game? Look no further than Capital Blue Cross Funland. Capital Blue Cross Funland features the most exciting games and entertainment at the ballpark, including speed pitch, mini golf, ring toss and peach basket toss, mascot autograph booth, a bounce house, and the incredible giant inflatable slide. Bring your family to all the fun at their next Phil's game at Capital Blue Cross Funland.
Oliver Dunn will lead things off in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Binghamton leads at 6-2 after Christian Hernandez, a very quick, efficient, and effective top half of the inning. First pitch from Tyler Thomas to Dunn is in there for a called strike, 0-1.
Andrew Schultz is now pitching, or beginning to warm up in the Reading bullpen. So
see if it's 1 and done for Hernandez. Here's the pitch. That's slowing away for a ball, 1-1.
As you said, off day tomorrow. That might be the philosophy now. Let's just try to piecemeal our way through this thing, pitcher by pitcher, inning by inning, to try to get through this. It's not a bad way to do it because you don't ever get Binghamton never gets an opportunity to kind of see and measure up against the pitcher in the sense of getting him a second inning.
1-1 upstairs for a ball, 2-1. Saw something similar of Andrew Baker last night.
Right.
Pitching inning looked really good. Second time through, Binghamton, had a chance to see him and was able to, rough him up a little bit. 2-1. That's fouled back 2-2. And it's also so late in the series that, they've seen, pretty much every pitcher out of the, on the staff. So.
Right, but to your point, I also think that it's been an issue with some of the pitchers in the Phil's bullpen. When they've had to come back out for a second inning, they have not fared very well.
Dunn swings and misses at a 2-2 breaking pitch outside. He's down on strike. So after allowing a single to Madison Stokes last inning, Thomas has now struck out 3 straight, and 3 of the best batters in the Phil's lineup, De La Cruz, Rojas, and Oliver Dunn. Now Matthew Kroon steps in with 1 gone in the 6th. 6-2 ball game. Rumble Ponies have the lead. First pitch to Kroon is down and in for a ball. Back to that breaking pitch, 1-0. This is the 6 of 6 between these teams this week. Certainly has been a very unconventional series. 1-0 is upstairs for a ball, 2-0. Tuesday, played a 9-inning game, but that smoky haze rolled in late. Wednesday postponed because of the smoke. Thursday was very much in doubt for much of the day. 2-0. Kroon fouls it back 2-1, and then the haze and the air quality improved drastically late in the afternoon. So they played Thursday night, Friday night. Teams played, went to extra innings, and then, Friday night was delayed. Didn't start till 8:34, and then went to extra innings. And yesterday was a doubleheader. 2-1. Kroon lifts it in the air, off the hands, fly ball shallow right. Ruiz started backtracks into his left, and the right fielder makes the catch for out number 2. Here comes Ethan Wilson, but both games went to extra innings last night. And then today, the first 9-inning game that has started on time in this series since Thursday night. And Ethan Wilson now steps in. He's having himself a nice day, 2 for 2, with a single and a triple his last time up. Tyler Thomas looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Here's the pitch. Ground ball towards second. Charging Jordan throws the first in time. That will retire the side in the 6th. 1-2-3 go to Fightin Phil's. We've played 2/3 of this baseball game. We'll go to the 7th. Back after this, 6-2 Rumble Ponies on the Phil's Radio Network.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feaser's supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feaser's, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
Empowering communities one relationship at a time is our commitment at Tompkins. Our customers have thrived thanks to our focus on local lending and their commitment to the customers they serve.
They do a great job. Everything for us, from our banking, our insurance, to our wealth management.
Tompkins has always been there for us.
We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
Tompkins, banking, insurance, wealth. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Investment and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not bank guaranteed, and may lose value.
Be the first to know everything about your Red and Fightin Phils by signing up for the Baseball Town Insider email newsletter. Once you become a Baseball Town Insider, you will receive breaking news about Fightin's promotions, including giveaways and guest appearances, special events, exclusive offers, and discounts on tickets and merchandise, just for being a Baseball Town Insider. Visit Fightin.
Go to the top of the 7th. Binghamton up 6-2. Both bullpens have settled down. The Phil's will turn to another arm out of the bullpen, and Andrew Schultz and it's Bob McCool to take over on play-by-play and tell you all about it.
Very good. And the man at the plate has been having himself a day. Luke Ritter, 3 for 3 with 3 home runs as Andrew Schultz's first pitch is up and in on him. Ritter with a 2-run home run in the first, a solo home run in the third, and a solo home run in the fourth. Not one of them have been a cheater. He's hit 3 bombs so far in this. Went 6-2 Ponies as they bat here in the top of the 7th. Schultz comes with the off-speed pitch that Ritter's out in front of. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Schultz making his second appearance in this series and his 17th appearance overall for the Fightins. 1-1 pitch, way up high for a ball. The 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Andrew Schultz at 0-3 with an 8.35 earned run average. 18 1/3 innings pitched, 19 strikeouts, 15 walks. They've been much better, much more effective of late. And this one fouled straight back, and now it's 2-2 to Ritter. Schultz pitched in game 2 of this series. Pitched 2 innings, gave up a run. 1 walk and 2 strikeouts, 2 hits. 2-2 coming to Ritter. Fouled away again. But prior to surrendering the run on Tuesday or Wednesday against Binghamton, he had gone 4 straight outings without surrendering a run after getting roughed up earlier in the season. So he's been much better of late, trying to keep the Ponies corralled for the time being. 6-2 they lead it. 2-2 to Ritter is a bit low, and now the count is full.
Appropriate reference, with the Belmont Stakes yesterday. The Rumble Pony doesn't really have anything to do with actual live horses. It's about a carousel, like a merry-go-round.
That is correct. Binghamton, New York considers themselves the carousel capital of the world. Luke Ritter ends up taking a walk as Schultz misses on the 3rd and then eventually the 4th pitch as well. So Luke Ritter, a leadoff base runner for the Ponies. They have had a leadoff base runner in 5 of the 7 innings so far now, with Jose Peroza now batting. Peroza 1 for 3 on the day, doubled back into 3rd, and eventually came around to score. There was some contention on that as to whether or not that was a home run or not, as he fouls this one straight back. He hit it high and deep into right center field and up at the midway point of the Redners Event Center, and the question was whether or not it cleared the line to go over the top of the railing for a home run or not, and the umpires deemed that it did not, and it was a double. 1-0-1 pitch towards 3rd. Kroon bobbles it, and that's going to be an error on Matthew Kroon. Tried to get it quickly and tried to make sure he could maybe turn a double play, and it turns out to be an error. And the Ponies have 2 men on and nobody out.
Yeah, Kroon kind of got all crossed up there. Fielded it going to his left, also trying to start the throwing motion, and he bobbles it. So we'll see if Schultz, like Lingenfelter did, can kind of buckle down if runners on 1st and 2nd and no outs.
I believe that's the first error of the series for the Phils. As Brandon McElwain now will bat. And he hits another chopper to Kroon. He'll make the play here, make the throw to 2nd for 1. The relay is not going to be in time. Oliver Dunn kind of double clutched a little bit, trying to get the ball out of his gloves. So they'll get the 1 out, the middleman. So now Binghamton's got runners on the corners and 1 out.
Yeah, as runners were done, looked like they may have been struggling to get a grip on it and throw to 1st, which looked like rather you take an extra 2nd and make a strong throw, even if the runner is safe, than short hop it or overthrow the 1st baseman.
So that will bring up Agustin Ruiz. Now runners at 1st and 3rd and 1 down. Ruiz 1 for 2 on the night. And this one slapped towards left. Ethan Wilson closing on it. He will not get it. Will fall for a base hit. Off the end of the bat, maybe even broke the bat, but Ruiz will trade the bat for an RBI single, and it's now 7-2.
Yeah, it was a broken bat, it sounded like, from Ruiz. Drives in Luke Ritter, and at least erased the runner on 3rd, but now it's a 5-run game. 9 outs to work with if you're the Phils, so really need to keep the damage where it's at.
That will bring Swazi to the plate. Swazi's got a couple hits on the day, 2 for 3 in total. McElwain at 2nd now. Ruiz at 1st. So Ruiz with 2 hits and 2 RBIs, and either one of them has been a bullet. One was a Texas leaguer, and that was a little flare to left, but he will stand proud with a couple RBI singles. As Swazi stands in. First pitch from Schultz, a good curveball. Swazi not expecting it. Kind of ducked away from it a little bit. It curved right over the plate for strike 1. Good crowd in hand here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon here at Baseball Town. Fans will get to run the bases after it's over with. 0-1 pitch and fastball that Swazi swings over the top of. Phil's right back here on Tuesday with more baseball beginning 7 o'clock as the Hartford Yard Goats will come in to play the Phils for 6 games, beginning on Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. More fireworks on Thursday, Friday, and Mega Blast fireworks on Saturday. This one is low for a ball. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Joe Swazi. Now time called at the plate by Swazi. Thursday and Friday, as I said, this coming week, fireworks. Saturday, Mega Blast fireworks. Father's Day on Sunday. Men receive a bucket hat. Free tickets remain for all our Phils games. You can call it 610-370-BALL, or you can order online, ourphils.com. 2 on, 1 out, top of the 7th. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Swazi is done on strikes. That's the second out here in the 7th. Schultz now trying to avert any further damage as Hayden Sanger now will bat. Sanger came in for Matt O'Neill, who got tossed earlier in this game. Grounded into a double play in his first at-bat. And the first pitch to him is over for a called strike. Couple of pitchers up in the Binghamton bullpen after an excellent 2 innings pitched by Tyler Thomas. Pitch to plate, swing and a miss. So Andrew Schultz quickly ahead now of Hayden Sanger, no balls and 2 strikes. Like Binghamton has a left-hander loose, and maybe a right-hander's beginning to get loose. Schultz takes a look back. At second, comes to the plate, and it's over for a called strike 3. So Schultz ends up striking out the last 2 batters of the inning. But Binghamton does more damage, and it started with a leadoff walk, and an error and a base hit leads to a run. And that's the inning for the Rumble Ponies. Now on top 7-2. 7th inning stretch when we come back to Baseball Town.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider of the R Phils. International Fireworks shoots every fireworks show throughout the season, including 8 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a nearby retail store in Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksrus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the R Phils.
There's a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience filled with family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 21st through the 24th for the induction of Fred McGriff and Scott Rowland as the class of 2023. Visit baseballhall.org today for the entire schedule. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
Have you or a loved one been injured? Get justice. Call Swartz Culleton today at 1-800-JUSTICE. The Phils to the plate here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Work to do for the Fightins. They're down 7-2. Nick Podko will lead it off for the Phils, and they'll do so against a new pitcher. Left-hander Quinn Brody now takes over for Binghamton after Tyler Thomas, another lefty, did an outstanding job and retired the Phils. 6 out of the 7 batters he faced gave up just a single, and that's it. Brody making just his 3rd appearance for the Rumble Ponies as he makes a conversion. We'll talk about him a little bit more in a moment as he gets a foul ball to Podkul in the first pitch. The second one he misses up high. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Podkul. 1 for 1 on the night, a single and a walk in his 2 plate appearances. This one a curveball and a good one. It gets him ahead now 1-2. Brody making his first appearance of this series. 1-2 pitch, just a bit low, and it's 2-2. Brody had been a position player in the Mets organization and now has made the switch to pitching. It's a 2017 third-round draft pick of the Mets out of Stanford. 2-2 pitch by him. Ripped into left field, and Nick Podkul with his second hit of the day. 6th for the Phils. He's a leadoff base runner here in the 7th.
Well, you know, with this team and this offense and the struggles of the Binghamton bullpen, this game's far from over. Also, Luke Ritter, 3 home runs today, career high. Previous high was 2. He's done it 3 times, twice in the last 11 days.
To finish the thought on Brody, this is his first season as a pitcher. He was a position player up until this season, an outfielder in the Mets organization as McCarthy Tatum stands in, but Tatum drives one down the left field line. That's in for a base hit and back to the wall. Podkul will turn second and roll into third base. McCarthy Tatum will roll in to second base with a stand-up double. The Phils have their first 2 men on.
Like I said, Bob, this game's far from over. But now, good piece of hitting by Tatum. It's going to feel good for him. He's had his fair share of good, solid contact this year, and right there's another one.
So a 7-2 difference on the scoreboard. Phils have their first 2 men on here in the 7th, and now Cody Roberts will bat. Roberts 0 for 2. Quinn Brody last year as a position player hit just 182 at Binghamton, and then in 35 games at Syracuse, the AAA affiliate, hit just 200. So the decision ultimately to switch him back to a pitcher. He did both, obviously, at Stanford, where he pitched in 10 games as a sophomore at Stanford and then gave up pitching in college. And now a conversation as Hayden Senger, the catcher, will call timeout and go out and talk with Quinn Brody. He's 27 years of age, and it's just kind of interesting. But again, if you're left-handed and you can throw a little bit, there's always a spot for you somewhere in somebody's rotation. And again, the Mets did use a 3rd-round draft pick on Quinn Brody, so maybe playing in the field didn't work out. Let's see if he can get some batters out as a pitcher. He's 1-0 now on Cody Roberts. This one lifted into right field, and that's going to fall for a base hit. Podkul will score. Tatum will hold up at third base. RBI single for Cody Roberts. It's a 7-3 game.
And there's no one throwing in the Binghamton bullpen. There is a lot of stretching going on. But now you're back at the top of the lineup. It's a 3-run game. Runners also had to hold as that one was shot up in the air, but still get that run home.
Yeah, everybody had to freeze just to make sure. Better safe than sorry. You're still down by a couple. Cody Roberts with his 8th RBI of the season. Still nobody out for the Phils here in the 7th. And as Jake said, here comes the top of the order and Madison Stokes. Stokes with a base hit his last time up. He's 1 for 3 on the day. 5 for 23 now in the series. Madison went yard last night in the ball game. Brody from the stretch. Drives this one into right field. Ruiz going back, looking up, and he'll make the catch at the warning track. Tatum will tag up and score. And now it's a 7-4 game. Sacrifice fly and an RBI for Madison Stokes.
And you got De La Cruz and Rojas up. No better spot in the lineup than right now.
So Roberts returns back to first. He went halfway on the play. McCarthy Tatum coming across with the 2nd run of the inning for the Phils, the 4th run of the game. And here is De La Cruz, 1 for 3 on the night with a double and a run scored. First pitch outside for a ball. 94 on the radar gun from Quinn Brody. De La Cruz fouls one off at the plate. Carlos, that double sandwiched around a couple of strikeouts in this one. The Left-hander Tyler Thomas kind of fooled him pretty badly in that last at-bat on the strikeout. See if De La Cruz makes the adjustment here against the left-handed Quinn Brody. That's when a breaking ball that's way outside. It's 3-1. Still need base runners. Still down by 3. 1 out here in the 7th. Keelan Kilgore throwing in the Phil's bullpen. That's way inside, ball 4. Oh, the ball 3. It's ball 3. Scoreboard had it 3-1, but it's that pitch makes it 3-1. Good size lead for Cody Roberts at first, but he's not going anywhere unless De La Cruz hits him. Back through the middle and played by Young. He flips to second in time for the force out. Wyatt Young, the shortstop, just made the backhanded flip to Rowdy Jordan, covering at second for the force out and out number 2.
Crowd not too happy with Austin Snow, the third base umpire who had the call at second there, but got 2 outs. Need big spot here for Johan Rojas.
So De La Cruz safe at first. 2 down now in the inning. And as Jake said, here is Johan Rojas 0 for 3 on the night. Big swing, fouls it straight back. Rojas with 9 hits in the series. 29 RBIs on the year. Had a big 2-run triple in last night's game. One of 3 hits he had in the second game of the doubleheader. This one's way outside. It's 1-1. Nolan Clenny beginning to warm up in the Binghamton bullpen. 1-1 pitch coming to Johan Rojas. Big swing again. He fouled it straight back. So Johan's taking his cuts right now. Now he's in a 2-strike spot. We'll see if he alters that a little bit. Tries to find some green grass. One-two pitch coming from Quinn Brody. Just misses with a curveball, and it's 2-2.
Ever so off the plate.
Hayden Sanger, the catcher, just kind of held that for a moment. Just to say, you sure about that? So it's 2-2 to Johan Rojas. And that one's way outside, and the count's full. So that will allow Carlos De La Cruz to get a running start. Crowd here at America's Classic Ballpark trying to encourage the Hot Dogs to come from behind. Ripped down the third base line, but foul and scattering in the bullpen for the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Guys are ducking and dodging and fighting to get over the top of each other to get out of the way of that one. Smoked off the bat by Johan Rojas, but foul. De La Cruz back to first, and he'll again be off on the pitch. Back through the middle and in for a base hit. De La Cruz will turn and head to third. Johan Rojas keeps the inning alive with another base hit.
Here comes Oliver Dunn, the Sheets RBI guy, also represents the tying run. It will be a lefty-on-lefty matchup here, so we'll see if Duncan goes matchups or if he goes to the bullpen here. They do have a righty up and throwing.
Dunn 0 for 3 on the day with a couple of strikeouts, and here comes Mariano Duncan. So again, he has not yet made the move to the bullpen. See if this is a conversation with Quinn Brody or it indeed is a hook. It's a hook. He will make the call to the bullpen. We'll take a timeout, and we come back on the Ready Fight Phil's radio network. We'll tell you about the new pitcher on the way in.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz-Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz-Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz-Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that'll bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your visit today at baseballhall.org.
The Reading Fightin' Phil's birthday package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you're a youngster or an adult, there's no better birthday than a Fightin' Phil's birthday. The Fightin' Fan birthday package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $130. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
The Alvernia University Golden Wolves called to the bullpen will bring in a right-hander, Nolan Clenny, for the Rumble Ponies. He inherits a first and third two-out situation. Phil's already with 2 runs in the inning, but still down by 3 as Oliver Dunn will step to the plate with and representing the tying run. Clenny making his second appearance in this series. Ended up getting the save in Thursday's game 2 and did an outstanding job. Pitched 2 1/3 innings to get the save. First pitch, Dunn swings that and fouls it straight back. Clenny, a 26-year-old right-hander. Originally from Northville, Michigan, went undrafted out of Brunswick Community College in North Carolina. Selected by the Mets Mets picked him up undrafted after the 2021 draft. And the second pitch to Oliver Dunn is over for a called strike 2. So Dunn, who's already struck out twice in this game, is quickly behind no balls and 2 strikes. De La Cruz, the runner at third, Rojas at first. 2 down, bottom of the 7th in a 7-4 game. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it for the Phils here in the 7th. Again, they put 2 across. They do it on 4 hits. There were no errors and 2 left. We head to the top of the 8th. It's now Binghamton 7, Reading 4.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz-Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz-Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz-Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that'll bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your visit today at baseballhall.org.
The Reading Fightin' Phil's birthday package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you're a youngster or an adult, there's no better birthday than a Fightin' Phil's birthday. The Fightin' Fan birthday package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $130. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Alvernia University Golden Wolves called to the bullpen will bring Keelan Kilgore into the game for the Fightins in a 7-4 game here in the top half of the 8th inning. Kilgore will face the left-hander out of the bullpen for Reading will face a couple of lefties in Wyatt Young and Matt Rudick. And Wyatt Young will serve the first pitch into center field for a base hit. So they save Kilgore for the lefties, and the first one he faces, Young gets a base hit off of it. First hit of the night for Wyatt Young, and that'll flip their lineup around to the top of the order in Matt Rudick. Rudick walked and scored ahead of Luke Ritter's home run in the first. 0 for 3 otherwise in this one. And he swings at the first pitch as well and fouls it out of play. Kilgore making his second appearance in this series. Braden Zarbniski begins to throw in the Phil's bullpen. 0-1 pitch, curveball's up high, and it's 1-1. This one's into dirt. Great stop by Cody Roberts. Keeps Wyatt Young at first base. 7 runs on 11 hits for the Ponies. 4 runs on 9 hits for the Phils. Phils have also committed the game's only error at this point. The run by Andrew Schultz given up for that 7th run was an unearned run as a result of that error, as Rudick fouls one out of play, and Kilgore now in a 2-2 strike count to Matt Rudick. This one towards second. Oliver Dunn flips to Stokes for 1. The relay is in time. 4-6-3 on the double play. 2 down. Your Univest double play is exactly what Keelan Kilgore was looking for. Now 2 down in the inning, and Rowdy Jordan, a switch hitter, will stay hitting right-handed. Or go back to hitting right-handed the way he began this game against Josh Hendrickson, and will flip back to hitting right-handed, facing Kilgore. He's got one of the 4 home runs for the Ponies in this game. The other 3, the guy in the on-deck circle, Luke Ritter. Also safe on a fielder's choice back in the first inning. Scored a couple of runs, so officially 1 for 4 on the afternoon. A 1 pitch, ripped into left field. Wilson will turn and say goodbye again. Onto the Seidel Auto Group deck in left field. Rowdy Jordan with his 2nd home run of the game, and it's now an 8-4 game.
2 home runs from Jordan, 3 home runs from Ritter. I mean, you take all those guys out, and the rest of the team's accounted for just 1 run.
Gotta figure out a way to keep the ball in the ballpark somehow or another, and that has been a issue. So Rowdy Jordan with his 6th home run of the season. Excuse me, his 7th home run of the season. 2 RBIs today. He's now got 27. He's hit 3 of those home runs in this series, and here's Ritter, who's hit 3 home runs today. 5 home runs in the series. Been on base all 4 times. He also walked and scored a run. He's scored 4 runs. First pitch to him is a ball. The second is over for a called strike. So the line right now for Luke Ritter is 3 for 3, 4 runs scored, and 4 RBIs. Kilgore, 1-1 pitch. Over for the curveball and a beauty. It's 1-2. Way up high with the fastball. Now the count is even at 2-2. Binghamton jumped out to a 6-0 lead in this. Phil's got 2 of them back in the 4th. Gave another one back in the 7th. Phil's got 2 more back the bottom half of that 7th. And now 1 more back for Binghamton. It's 8-4. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ritter finally retired on the day, and the 3rd out for Binghamton here in the 8th. But again, the long ball making a difference. The home run by Rowdy Jordan, the only hit in the 1 of 2 hits in the inning, and the 1 run we had to the bottom of the 8th. It's now Binghamton 8, Reading 4.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that'll bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your visit today at baseballhall.org.
The Reading Fightin' Phil's birthday package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you're a youngster or an adult, there's no better birthday than a Fightin' Phil's birthday. The Fightin' Fan birthday package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $130. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
We head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Again, Phil's with more work to do. They're down by 4 as they step to the plate here in the 8th. Matthew Kroon, Ethan Wilson, Nick Podkill to face Nolan Clenny, who came in to get the last out in the 7th. Mentioned it in Thursday's Game 2. Nolan Clenny ended up going 2 1/3 innings to get the save. Binghamton may be thinking the same thing here, depending on how the Phils attack him, as Matthew Kroon facing him here takes one for a called strike. Kroon 0 for 2 on the day, walked and scored a run in the 4th. Second pitch is also a called strike. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Kroon now 8 for 21 on the series. Batting average still over the 300 mark at 302 as he steps in. And that one's just inside, and now it's 1 and 2. Binghamton won game 1, 2, and 3 in this series. Phil's then won game 4 on the walk-off on Friday night. No, I was wrong. 1 and 2, and then Phil's won game 3 on the walk-off on Friday night. See, their off day has me all messed up. And then the doubleheader last night of the sweep for Binghamton. They've won 4 of 5. 1-2 pitch. Kroon pokes this one into shallow right field, but Augustin Ruiz will get there in plenty of time and squeeze it for out number 1 here in the 8th.
So 3 home runs today for Ritter, 2 home runs for Jordan. The last time an opponent had 2 players hit 2 or more home runs in a game was June 1st, 2021 at Somerset, the Patriots' first year in the Eastern League. Donnie Sands and Dermis Garcia did it.
Here comes Ethan Wilson. Wilson with a couple hits on the night, 2 for 3 in total. First pitch from Clenny is over for a called strike. The 13th appearance for Nolan Clenny. Whoa, up and in, and Wilson just gets out of the way of it. His ERA at 5.29, and that includes that 2 1/3 innings of shutout baseball. So somebody's gotten to Nolan Clenny before he arrived in Reading, but he's looked pretty good so far. Wilson rips one, but hooks it foul. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Ethan Wilson. Singled into first, RBI triple in the 4th, and grounded out in the 6th. That's the day up to this point for Ethan Wilson. Fouls this one straight back, stays alive. Phils have yet to join in that long ball parade so far today. This one, big hopper to third. Perosa will make the play, and that's out number 2 here in the 8th. Phils have hit a lot in the direction of Perosa today, and he's made every play. 5th ground ball to the third baseman. As Nick Podkill now stepped to the plate. Podkill's had a good day. He's been on base all 3 times. A couple of singles and a walk, and scored a run. Aiden Zarbniski continues to throw in the Phil's bullpen. It would appear that he'll have the 9th. And the first pitch to Podkill is ball 1. Second is a breaking ball and a good one. It's 1-1. That one's up high. It's 2-1. Ronnie began the season at Binghamton, then got called up for a short period to Syracuse, AAA affiliate of the Mets. Made 2 appearances in AAA, then back here to Binghamton. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Podkul comes up empty. It's 2-2. Podkul now calls time. Took a healthy cut at that one. Gets himself back in the batter's box and is set. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the Phils go 1-2-3 here in the 8th. Second strikeout for Nolan Clenny, and we'll head to the 9th. Binghamton 8, Reading 4.
Baseball fans, introducing Bally Live, the only app where minor league baseball fans can score major rewards. When you stream your favorite teams live, you'll score rewards. When you chat with friends during a watch party, you'll score rewards. And when you test your skills at trivia, you'll score rewards. Being a fan of minor leagues has never been so rewarding. So what are you waiting for? Download Bally Live for free from the app or Play Store and start scoring rewards today.
Berks Immunization Coalition works to provide leadership and education in promoting age-appropriate immunization across the lifespan for all residents of Berks County. This is a coalition comprised of local physicians, nurse practitioners, school nurses, immunization coordinators, immunization advocates, and pharmaceutical representatives working to encourage continuity of immunization through medical resources. They focus on educating both the community and the providers. For more information, please visit www.immunizeba.org and click Local Coalitions.
Baseball Town Charities is a nonprofit 501c3 charitable organization founded to keep baseball alive in Reading. Youngsters can benefit from the many life lessons the game can offer. Baseball Town Charities currently supports kids and adults with mental and physical disabilities through the Baseball Dream League. Baseball Town Charities also supports inner-city baseball development through the Rip It for Life program, which provides growth both on and off the baseball field. For more information, please visit baseballtown.org.
Out of the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen comes Braden Zarbniski, the 6th pitcher for the Phils tonight, as he will face the Ponies here in the 9th inning. Pizza Coma USA, located at 4600 North 5th Street Highway in Temple, is your home for the best pizza, Stromboli, cheesesteaks, and Italian dinners throughout all of Berks County and beyond. The more things change, the more they stay the same, has never been so true when it comes to Pizza Como. Family owned and operated, they bring the best quality dishes to their customers year after year. In addition, the Yard at Pizza Como USA is now open with the best golf simulators in the area. For more information, Pizza Como USA in the Yard, stop in today, or they are proud to be a 2023 Fightin Phils team feed partner. Zarbniski facing Jose Peroza leading off for the Ponies and quickly gets ahead of him. No balls and 2 strikes as Peroza fouls a couple of pitches off. Peroza 1 for 4 on the night. Doubled and scored a run back in the 3rd inning. Brandon McElwain in the on-deck circle. Augustin Ruiz, the 3 due up for the Ponies here in the 9th. 0-2 pitch, driven into center field. Johan Rojas will take a couple of steps back. Keeps going back all the way out to that point in dead center field and makes the catch for out number 1. Deepest part of the ballpark, and Johan Rojas calmly and collectively just cruises his way back and knew he had plenty of room to go get it, and he does. So this will bring up Brandon McElwain, his counterpart in center field. McElwain on base 3 times today, a single, a walk, and a fielder's choice in 4 plate appearances. First pitch from Zarbniski is a bit outside for a ball. There is some activity in the Binghamton bullpen. We'll see if Mariana Duncan decides to take Clenny out or not. Here's a little floater into shallow center field, but Oliver Don again with that long run from second base into shallow right field to make the catch over the shoulder.
Yeah, like we talked about, Don just those over-the-shoulder catches, whether he's going left or whether he's going right. Always seems to be able to make those plays.
These on Acosta, who's getting loose in the Binghamton bullpen, as Augustin Ruiz now bats. Ruiz with a couple of RBI singles and a walk in this game. First pitch to him is fouled straight back. Off the roof that covers the main grandstand here at FirstEnergy Stadium. That's the thud you may have heard in our crowd, Mike.
I will say, I was looking down at my computer working on our post-game recap story, and I heard that, and heart jumped for a second.
Here's the pitch by Zarbniski that's inside. He thought it was a strike. It's not. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Ruiz. This one lifted straight up into shallow center field. Again, Rojas patrols it, squeezes it, and that'll do it. Quick inning for Zarbniski. 1, 2, 3 go the Ponies here in the 9th. And so here we go again to the bottom of the 9th. Phils need 4 to tie or 5 to win it. Try to salvage a game, one more game in this series when we get back after this.
White Star Tours and Travel Centers offers the Our Phils fan road trip again this season. It's your chance to hit the road with other Our Phils fans, see an Our Phils road game, meet with an Our Phils player, and also see an Iron Pigs and Phillies road game. The White Star Our Phils road trip visits Altoona, Toledo, and Cleveland from Thursday, July 20th until Sunday, July 23rd. See the Our Phils in Altoona Thursday, meet with an Our Phils player or coach, then head to Toledo Friday and Cleveland Saturday to see many former Fightins in action. The trip heads back to Reading on Sunday. Visit the customer service booth for more info on the White Star Our Phils fan road trip to Altoona, Toledo, and Cleveland. Space is very limited, so sign up today.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin' Phils game ticket for only $21. This selection includes barbecue chicken sandwiches, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, corn, pasta salad, baked beans, potato salad, chips, cookies, and so much more. Drinks feature all Pepsi products. Call the Fightins at 610-370-BALL. Order online at ourphils.com or visit the Customers Bank ticket office at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Binghamton will indeed go to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen. They'll bring in Dyson Acosta. 24-year-old right-hander will come in. Excellent work again by Nolan Clenny. Goes an inning and a third and gives up nothing to Reading. And Reading might be happy to see him out. They really haven't touched him in almost 4 innings of work in this series. And so the Phils need a rally here in the 9th. They're down by 4. It'll send McCarthy, Tatum, Cody Roberts, and Madison Stokes. That's what's due up for Al Padrica here in the 9th. Stokes 1 for 3 on the day. Check swing, and it's a slow roller to Perosa at third. He'll make the easy play. Tatum didn't mean to swing, but he made contact, and Perosa's made every play in this game, and he'll make one more here.
Yeah, just unfortunate luck there for McCarthy Tatum. Check this swing, didn't mean to hit it, but unfortunately puts it in play.
Dyson Acosta making his 9th appearance of the season. His ERA is almost 12. He's 2-1 with an 11.88 earned run average as Cody Roberts now steps in. First pitch to him is outside for a ball. Roberts with an RBI single his last time up. He's 1 for 3. They get 2-0. Acosta, born in Dominican Republic, signed as an international free agent by the Mets in 2016. This one is low, and now it's 3-0. Last year pitched at High A Brooklyn. 31 games. He was 5-6 with a 4.84 earned run average. 69 strikeouts and 44 walks. 3-0 pitch. Outside ball 4. So Cody Roberts does his job, gets on base. That's what they need. 8 base runners, and now the top of the order, and Madison Stokes comes up.
Turns things over here. Roberts will stay in the game. No thought of a pinch runner here. Fightin's bench very thin. Only 2 options are Herbert Iser and Max McDowell, both catchers. as Cam Cannon was placed on the 7-day injured list today.
And Max McDowell beaten up a little bit yesterday in that first game of the doubleheader. So he's questionable at best as Stokes steps in, and the first pitch to him is low for a ball. Stokes 1 for 3 on the night. Single in the 5th, an RBI sacrifice fly, and an RBI in the 7th. His 15th RBI of the season. 1-0 coming from Acosta. Long look to Cody Roberts, comes to the plate. Outside, they'll throw it down, and Roberts will dive back in. See, Jake, I don't understand that. As the catcher, Hayden Sanger, what is the point in throwing down to first base with a 4-run lead?
And Roberts was far off the bag, but
more things can go wrong than can go right. You have a 4-run lead. 1-1 count. Curveball, and he gets that one over. So now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Madison Stokes. Cody Roberts, the runner at first. He walked. 1 down in the inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Madison Stokes. Swing and a miss, and an awkward swing at that for Stokes. He just tried to wave at it and hope to get a piece of it as he was fooled on the fastball, and now that's 2 down in the inning.
Well, it's their last chance. De La Cruz, who has a double today, 1 for 4 so far, extended his on-base streak to 27 games. See if he can keep that on-base streak going and keep this game alive.
Tyson Acosta delivers, over for a called strike 1. Johan Rojas hoping for a chance in the on-deck circle. Foul that one, a late swing, fouls it out of play. Now the Phils are down to their final strike. PSECU attendance report today, 7,983. Join a baseball game here in America's Classic Ballpark on a Sunday afternoon. Great crowd on hand today. Great crowd all week. 0-2 pitch, lined towards Wyatt Young at short. He'll spin around and throw and bring Swazi off the bag, and De La Cruz is safe. See how they rule that. That was a tough play for Wyatt Young. And the throw pulled Swazi off the bag. More importantly, keeps the inning alive. Base hit for Carlos De La Cruz is the rule, and I think that's the right call. Cody Roberts safe at second. And here comes Johan Rojas. Winning, the tying run is now in the on-deck circle. Rojas, 1 for 4 on the day with a single his last time up, but now Hayden Sanger is going to call time and go talk to his pitcher.
I talk about it a lot. This team certainly does not lack fight. They're always in every game. They're down by 4, but it feels like they're in it. And they don't quit. Every game is exciting with them. That's, being out of games has not been, an issue with this team. They're in every night.
They have the potential, and they certainly have the pop. And in this ballpark, not too many leads are safe. Binghamton has certainly rattled the fences in this game today. The Phils trying to join the party. Down by 4, 2 on, 2 out, bottom of the 9th. First pitch in the dirt, nice block by Sanger.
Ten hits for the Phils tonight. They're 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position. I've left just 6, so it's not like that's been a huge struggle point tonight.
One-0 pitch towards the hole on the left side and through for a base hit. Cody Roberts will score, and now it's an 8-5 game. RBI single for Johan Rojas.
Keeps the line moving, brings the tying run to the plate.
RBI number 30 for Rojas. That moves him into a tie with De La Cruz and Oliver Dunn. Dunn can change that here. Jake said he presents the tying run in an 8-5 game. 2 on, 2 out. And if there's anybody who would like to make something happen here, it's Oliver Dunn. 0 for 4 today with 3 strikeouts. Outfield plays him straight away and deep. First pitch in the dirt, another nice block by Sanger.
Well, Our Phillies, dating back to '92, have not played 4 straight extra inning games. You'd like to win it here, but if it goes to extra innings, at this point, considering the situation, would not be the worst thing in the world.
That is true. One ball, no strikes to Oliver Dunn. Way up high, it's 2-0. So Dunn can kind of sit dead red here. And if he gets a pitch he likes, turn on him.
You're looking one pitch, one spot. Super disciplined approach you need here from Dunn.
Fouls it straight back.
That was an upstairs fastball. Yeah. Dunn has shown he likes those upstairs, and I'm sure the scouting report shows that up and in is kind of that spot where you want to go to Dunn, where he likes to chase.
So now the count is 2-1. Takes that one inside. No appeal. He did not go around. It's 3-1.
They're not really close. Kroon on deck.
Fightin faithful. Trying to implore the hot dogs. 3 balls and 1 strike to Oliver Dunn. Ripped on the first base line, but hooking foul. Into the bullpen.
Got one to hit, 106 off the bat. Smoked it. Now, same thing.
Yep.
Wait a tick of a second. Got a little elevation. We got a tie game.
3 balls and 2 strikes now, so the runners can get a rolling. Good wheels at De La Cruz at second and Rojas at first.
Dunn calls time. Don't hate that at all.
Nope.
Good chance to reset before the payoff pitch.
Dyson Acosta, the right-handed pitcher. Oliver Dunn, the left-handed hitter. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Way outside, ball 4. So now the tying run is at first base. Matthew Kroon accepts the baton. Kroon on base once in this game with a walk. He's got 8 hits in the series. 26 RBIs on the year, and a chance for something big here. Bases loaded, 2 down. Phil's down by 3. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it down the third baseline. Actually bounced up over the railing of the Rumble Ponies bullpen and over towards the 67 club. He's way out in front of that one. Now Acosta gets ahead of Kroon. No balls and a strike. And this is way outside. Now it's 1-1. Good speed on the base pass. De La Cruz at third, he singled. Rojas at second, he singled. Oliver Dunn at first, he walked. Matthew Kroon, the hitter, 1 ball and 1 strike to him. Fisted towards right field, gonna be a long run for Augustin Ruiz, and it's just foul. Just foul by maybe 6 inches, maybe a foot. 2 runs would have scored for sure, and probably all 3 if that ball is fair, but it wasn't. So it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes instead. Ruiz had a long way to run to get that. And depending upon how that thing would have bounced, if it stayed fair, would have been the determining factor of all, if it would have been a tie game. So we'll try it again, 1-2. Hit him. Kroon had absolutely no shot to get out of the way out of it. Hit him either in the backside or the back of the leg. Either way, it's an RBI for Matthew Kroon as De La Cruz comes across, and now it's an 8-6 game. And we'll pass that baton one more time, and now it's Ethan Wilson who gets it. Rojas moves to third, Dunn to second, Now Matthew Kroon is at first, and now we're going to get a conference on the mound, and Mariano Duncan is going to make another call to the bullpen. Dyson Acosta has given up 2 runs. He's retired 2 batters, and they're going to make a change. So an interesting situation now. And it's Dylan Hall who will come in now to try to get the final out for the Rumble Ponies. Hall pitched a third of an inning in the win for Reading in the bottom of the ninth in the bottom of the 10th on Friday night, the walk-off win by De La Cruz. So he comes in here with a bases-loaded 2-out spot, and Ethan Wilson, the batter. 7th pitcher used by Binghamton on the day. Junior Acosta started, and again, they took him out after only 37 pitches in 3 innings. So the Phils have them loaded. 2 outs, and Ethan Wilson now the batter. So the Phils now have, again, still good speed on the bases. Rojas at third, Kroon at second, Gunn at second, Kroon at first. And Ethan Wilson, who's 2 for 4 on the day at the plate. Fans have come alive as the Phils are trying to rally here in the bottom of the ninth. Down by 2. First pitch, outside for a ball. Big spot here for Ethan Wilson, but at the same time, he's got to be patient. Base hit could tie it up. Way inside, ball 2. Sometimes you got to stand there as the batter and realize that the pitcher could be just as nervous or maybe even more nervous than you are in this spot. 2-0 now to Ethan Wilson. Driven up in the air, not deep. Augustin Ruiz will drift over and squeeze it for the third and final out. The Phils rally in the ninth, but they come up short, and they'll drop the final game of the series. In fact, drop the final 3 games of this series for Reading in the ninth. They put 2 across. They do it all on just 2 hits and a couple of walks mixed in. There were no errors and 3 men left, and the Phils come up short in the final game of this series. Binghamton 8, Reading 6. We'll take a timeout, back with our postgame show and wrap up the series when we come back on the Reading Fightin' Phils Radio Network. Welcome to the postgame show where the Fightin' Phils rally in the ninth, but they come up short and they drop the final game of the series 8-6. They drop the series to Binghamton as well as the Rumble Ponies come to Reading and win 5 out of 6 in this one. Long ball, the story of the game for the Ponies, and it started fast. And a familiar theme through most of it in the sense of two guys combined for 5 Binghamton home runs. Luke Ritter, the first one to plate one across against left-handed starter for the Phils, Josh Hendrickson. 2-run home run in the bottom of the first inning to make it, or excuse me, the top of the first inning, make it a 2-0 game. And then in the third, Ritter strikes again with a solo home run. Jose Peroza followed with a double, and then an RBI single by Agustin Ruiz made it a 4-0 lead. Binghamton added 2 more in the fourth inning on back-to-back home runs from Rowdy Jordan and Luke Ritter to make it a 6-0 game. And it also spelled the end of the night for the Phil starter Josh Hendrickson as well. The Phils also began to try to chip away anyhow, as in the fourth inning they finally got their first runs of the game. Carlos De La Cruz started the rally with a double and eventually moved up to third base on a fly ball off the bat of Johan Rojas, and then came in on a pass ball for the Phils' first run. Matthew Kroon restarted the rally with a walk and then came around to score on a triple by Ethan Wilson. The Phils unfortunately could not get that next run across. It made it a 6-2 game through 4 innings of play. But then Binghamton struck again in the 7th inning, and it started with a leadoff walk to Luke Ritter. An error got Ritter to second base, and then Agustin Ruiz plated him with a single to make it a 7-2 game. The Phils again rallied in the bottom of the 7th, and Nick Potko got it started with a base hit. McCarthy Tatum then doubled him to third. Cody Roberts drove in Potko with an RBI single. And then Madison Stokes brought in Tatum with a sacrifice fly to make it a 7-4 game through 7 innings. However, the Phils bullpen gave up another one, and another home run at that in Rowdy Jordan's solo home run. So Ritter had 3 home runs on the day and 4 RBIs. He also scored 4 runs. Rowdy Jordan scored 3 runs. He had 2 home runs and 2 RBIs. So the 2 and 3 batters in the Binghamton lineup today doing a ton of damage for the Ponies. They had an 8-4 lead as we headed to the bottom of the 9th. McCarthy Tatum led off the inning, tried to check his swing, and it hit the bat, and it rolled slowly to third, so he was the first out. But then they got the rally started. Cody Roberts started it with a walk. Madison Stokes then struck out. Carlos De La Cruz with an infield single. Johan Rojas plated Roberts with an RBI single. Rojas' 30th RBI of the year. And then Oliver Dunn walked to load the bases. Matthew Kroon was hit by a pitch. That brought in De La Cruz with the 6th run of the day and kept the bases loaded. So the Phils had the tying run at second base, the winning run at first, and Ethan Wilson at the plate. Wilson hit a rocket down the first base line, but it hooked foul and then flew out harmlessly to right field to end the game after the Rumble Ponies opted to go to Dylan Hall to get the final out, and he did indeed get the 3rd out of the inning. And the Phils come up empty. For Binghamton, 8 runs on 12 hits. They committed 1 error. They left 7 on base. Reading, 6 runs on 11 hits, 1 error. They left 9 on base. Tyler Thomas, I believe, will get the win in this one. Again, Junior Santos started but only went 3 innings. So Josh Hendrickson will get the loss for the Phils. He falls now to 1-5 on the season. It was not an effective day for Hendrickson. Went 4 innings, gave up 9 hits, 6 runs, 4 home runs on the day. Zach Lingenfelter pitched an inning. Christian Hernandez pitched an inning. Andrew Schultz an inning. Keelan Kilgore an inning. And Braden Zarbniski an inning as the Phils pieced their way through the final 5 innings with 5 different pitchers. So both teams using 6 pitchers in this game. Actually, Binghamton used 7. The Phils used 6. So again, Thomas gets the win. Hendrickson gets the loss. Dylan Hall came in to get that last out. He'll get the save for the Rumble Ponies. Time of the game, 2 hours and 45 minutes. Played in front of 7,983. Another great crowd on hand this afternoon watching Fightin' Phils baseball here in Baseball Town. The total attendance now for the season already over 150,000 on the year. come on out and see what's happening here at FirstEnergy Stadium. The Phils will be right back here in Baseball Town on Tuesday. They will stay home for the next 6-game homestand beginning on Tuesday as Hartford will come to town. And again, it will start on Tuesday. 7 o'clock is first pitch. 6 o'clock, the Tompkins Plaza gate will open up. Jake Starr and I will have our pregame show from the plaza beginning at 6 o'clock. But this week features, among other things, fireworks on Thursday night and Friday night. Saturday night is Mega Blast fireworks. And then Father's Day on Sunday, men receive a bucket hat. So plenty of things to come on out and enjoy Reading Fightin' Phils baseball. Again, the Phils have done nothing but be exciting throughout this season. The wins and the losses, not what they're looking for, but they continue to battle and live up to their name as the Fightin' Phils, as they were down deep in this one, but they chipped away and they got it back, and they had themselves in a position to maybe tie it or win it in the 9th, but they just come up short, and Binghamton ends up taking 5 out of 6 in the series. The Ponies skip town, and they are now at 500 thanks to winning 5 out of 6 here in Reading. They are now 28-28. Reading falls to 21-35. Again, time of the game, 2 hours and 45 minutes in front of 7,983 here in Baseball Town. So, again, as always, thank you for tuning in to Reading Phillies baseball and the Reading Fightin' Phils radio network. For my colleague in the booth, Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. We appreciate you tuning in, and as we will be back at it again on Tuesday night, right back here again, 7 o'clock is first pitch time. We'll be on the plaza with a pregame show on Facebook Live at 6. And if you missed that, we'll have the pregame show for you on the Reading Fightin' Phils radio network beginning at 6:45, taking up right up until that first pitch at 7 o'clock. Better yet, we'd love to see you right here at the ballpark. Again, the final score today on the getaway game for the Rumble Ponies. They take the final game of the series and the series in total. Binghamton 8, Reading 6. As always, thanks for tuning in, everyone. For my colleague Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. Thanks for listening to tonight's game and all series long. We'll talk to you right back here in Reading with more Reading Fightin' Phils baseball on Tuesday. Have a great night, everyone.